All right, testing. Give me a quick test on y'all.
Test,
Hello,
test,
hello.
test.
All right,
Hi.
Test.
sound
Testing.
sound is coming through. I am Michael. Pronouns are he, him, and I'll be running, be creative rather for Beggartok Wrestling today. That we are starting off. We want to go through and everybody introduce yourselves.
Do we have an order or are we just gonna free ball this? I mean,
You're going first now because you said so.
Free balling.
I am Mo. They, she pronouns. I am bringing back my role as a Gia Roja, the luchador, they, them pronouns, and I'm excited to be back. So, yeah.
Cool. Well, I'm Sean. He, him pronouns. I'll be bringing back my old character, which is the Turbo Killer, Ace Winters. He, they pronouns. And yeah, I'm excited.
Hey, I'm Nessa, and I will be, for the first time, playing Monet Matters. Interesting,
Sarah.
interesting to play.
I'm Sarah again also for the first time, and I am playing Tatiana Volkov.
I am Steve, he, him as well. I will be playing Bonesaw, the veteran, he, him as well.
I just had this urge to repeat you every time we see Bonesaw. Like, Bonesaw!
Bonesaw is ready.
Bonesaw.
And if we need an order, I just put the roster in an order with folks who are here that can work.
What? Where'd you put it?
It's on the Notion.
On the side.
On the where?
On the Notion.
I don't know how this works. Help me! I don't know what I'm doing.
On the left-hand side where the scrolly bit is, it says Worldwide Wrestling.
Yeah,
There's names. We're in order.
in the Notion. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, you gotta say where on the thingy,
Yeah.
so I know how to look. I'm old, y'all. I don't know what this is fucking doing with these new thingies.
All right. Is there anybody else who had to be introduced?
I think that was all of us.
All right. Well, we are going to begin with a couple things. We get promotion and heat and some other stuff set up. Let's do our promotion real quick. Kind of figure out what kind of a place all these people are from. If you happen to have the PDF open and want to open that to page 31, we need to decide what two things. We'll have a national support. We at least need that because we have a call up who's coming up from the leagues, the lower leagues. We want to look at what are the things that the core elements that the promotion is built on. We've got stuff like devoted following, mainstream appeal, kid-friendly, cultural crossover appeal, dedicated home arena, cable TV, large war chest, social media expertise, high-concept storylines, theatrical presentation, strong kayfabe, inclusion culture, combat sport focus, diverse roster, motivated roster, elite production staff, trustworthy management, unbroken title lineage, and we can create other things as well. What kind of stuff sound good for our two supports?
I think cable TV deal makes sense for kind of how we were doing it last time. We do have a show.
Mm-hmm.
So
Okay.
Are we on audience right now? Where are we on?
Oh,
You said page.
If you go down to promotion, page 31 in the gimmick PDF.
Gimmick. Not in the main book.
Yeah, it's somewhere in the main book, but the gimmick PDF just has it all nicely right there.
Where am I looking? There's too many documents. Okay, that's all character sheets.
Gotcha.
Oh,
Is this it?
I love all of you.
No, it's plain text. That's not it. Reference sheet. Plain text.
Yeah, that Google Drive folder.
I'm in it.
Yeah, they'll be like the WW2E gimmicks.
Alt or May?
Probably
either
either
one.
But yeah,
It's just
I
art
got
is
the
the
main.
difference.
All right. Oh, I see. Because it's past the character sheets. Okay. Oh, okay. Don't mind me. I'm here for the ride.
So, cable TV deal sound good to people?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, we want to come
And-
up with one other.
Is large war chest money?
Yep.
Is that what it's implying?
You can get all sorts of
Just
Special
Tony
things
Khan,
going
We
on.
have more money than them all the time.
Yeah.
That's all Tony Khan ever says. Is,
I know,
I
it's so
got so
annoying.
much money. Like, well, then do something.
Right.
Make your show better. Sorry. I'd be cool with a large war chest.
Oh yeah, all the more reason to really.
I feel like
book
we
it.
would have had to for like all the stuff the subscriber was doing last
Oh
season.
my god, the subscriber. I think because of the subscriber, we either did like really well or we went financially under one of it.
You're no longer allowed to do the Make-A-Wish Kids thing.
Yeah, we got cut off.
We called the helicopter in the middle of the ring. It's like, what are we doing?
All right, and then we got to have 2 struggles.
All right. Oh, I see what we're looking at. Got it.
Yeah.
Are
Are we in debt? Well, it can't be in debt if we have a large space, I guess. Are we gonna both? I
What
don't know.
about a hostile silent partner? Because I feel like it would go hand in hand with a large war chest.
Yeah. Go hostile
Somebody's-
silent partner?
Somebody's pissed off about how we're using their money.
No, seriously, like
Oh yeah, no,
Just
exactly.
I'm funny. I control everything.
I feel like for shock value booking, you could have just put Vince Russo booking and the same thing.
Oh my
that's-
god.
That could be a good one though.
Would-
Just like stuff that doesn't necessarily make sense.
Yeah.
But that could also just be convoluted lore. And just that could actually be fun from a gameplay standpoint if convoluted lore is what part of it, because then we could all just be referencing things that just nobody knows what they are. Like all the
I
time.
kind of love that. I kind of love that.
Yeah,
I kind of love that.
Convoluted lore?
yeah.
All right.
People making TikToks, like making theories, like, but this is what they're talking about. But you're like, are they really though? Like,
Yeah, that one time that he guest starred on ships of the Northern Fleet and whatever.
All
That
right.
was actually where I got my career started.
You may have seen my 4-season stint. All right, so
I was background guy number 4.
for starting off. So a couple things. Well, we'll get some of that when we get in there. But for the wrestlers themselves, at this point, everyone's picked their gimmicks. I think everyone's gone through chosen stats, moves, etc.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Why don't we go through and introduce our wrestler? Let us know who they are, what kind of entrance they've got, all the fun stuff about them.
Cool.
We'll start with
Do we have
Titania.
Do we have an order?
Are we doing this in character?
Yeah.
Hello, my name is Tatiana Volkov. I am from Moscow, Russia. I am new to this a little bit. I came from the MMA world. I was quite good, but my manager thought there'd be more money in wrestling. And I do not necessarily agree, but they got me to America. So cannot disagree. My entrance is Titanium by Sia. I wanted She-Wolf by Shakira, but I was told my name is Titanium.
That's so good.
I am done.
All right.
Wow.
Bonesaw.
Bonesaw. All right. I'm Bonesaw. I'm the veteran. I've been everywhere. I've done everything. The reason I'm here is because these punk kids can't draw money. Once we start drawing money, I can actually retire. Yeah. I hail from Charlotte, North Carolina, and I'm here to make my impact and bring these kids up to speed.
Bless.
All right, Hogan, chill out. All right.
That's it. I'm done.
Cool. I'll go next.
I was just sitting here waiting for Ace Winners.
My name is Ace Winters, and I'm the future of this business. See, I've been the talk of the IWC for the last 2 years. I've blown the roof off Chicago. I had 5-star matches at the Tokyo Dome. I was welcomed with open arms in Mexico. But everyone's always wondered, does Ace have what it takes to play in the big leagues? Or is he just a big fish in a small pond? Well, I've come to the ocean of what's this promotion called? What?
Oh, we've come up with the promotion name. What is our promotion called?
Oh no. Oh no. What did we call it years ago?
The
Or-
BWL, the Beggartok Wrestling League. To prove that I've got what it takes, I'm in the hottest thing in wrestling right now, the hottest free agent, and it's time to show the suits. I can go from indie darling to mainstream champion to future Hall of Famer. Brace yourselves, Winters is here. Sponsored by Life Water.
Oh man.
I guess it's time for Monet Matters.
Mhm.
I'm Monet Matters. You may know my uncle, Dick the Bruiser. Yeah, maybe I'm
I'm
a
electronics here, man.
who's a real guy. Who's a real guy my dad told me about before I came on this call. I was on the phone with my dad and he was like, well, Dick the Bruiser was really big in the 60s. You should bring him up. And I was like, what if I was, that's right, meta character. But what if he was my uncle and I'm a nepotism baby? All I care about is one thing and one thing only, and it's in the name. Money matters. Right, Bonesaw here. We're trying to make it big. And by big, I mean big dollars.
I swear to God, it was, I was trying to the spit take. I just lost it.
Holy shit.
Please, someone just clip that. Thank you.
I'll send it to
wasn't
my
ready.
dad. But thank
Bonesaw
you.
was ready. I was not.
I'm from Bloomington, Indiana, if anyone wanted to know.
And I guess that's my turn. Unless you're done? No.
I'm good.
Okay.
I'm good. Next person, please.
Yeah. Hello, my world. It's me, Aguirre Roja. You may remember me from years past of wrestling on the screens. I hail from El Paso, Texas. Done my rounds around in Mexico and Japan. And now I'm back to join in. And, get the adoration that I deserve. And, you'll love me. So...
Yee.
All right. That all the way through?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So first thing I want to do is heat. So for each of your characters, we can kind of go down the thing. You have a heat question. You have a couple heat questions. What I want to do is go through there and figure out what are the relationships people here have had previous to this particular promotion.
Are we allowed to assign or do we have to ask?
So you want to read it off and then ask and see who wants to take it.
Oh,
Okay.
should I get rid of my heat from last time?
Yes.
All
Or
right.
no, you can keep those. That's fine.
Even the ones with Ace?
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys have
Yeah,
a
you actually
previously
have
established
a-
relationship.
Yeah, you have a previous relationship with Ace.
Why do I have 2 spots for him then?
Mistake, probably.
Because I'm cool like that.
Yeah, Ace earned it. All right. Who saw me in who saw the potential in me to excel at being such an oddball?
Thank you for
I have
putting
no
that, GM guy.
Who saw the potential in you about being an oddball?
To excel at being an oddball.
Oh, thank you for the clarification.
I'm weird. Have you ever seen me not wearing this fucking hat?
Yeah.
That was a niche reference for fans of Riverdale.
Oh no.
The only show with bears and serial killers
Ooh.
and teen drama
All the things you love.
and World War III.
So the question, what was the question?
Oh, who saw the potential in me to excel at being such an oddball?
So who's who's big on who else is big on the kind of character side of the business and really into that?
Would be Bonesaw.
Yeah,
Yeah, it probably is.
Yeah.
that's
Monet
right.
Matters is bringing real wrestling back to the screen.
Also bring in the money because that's what Bonesaw
Yeah.
wants, right? Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, Bonesaw it is.
All right, next person.
Question is, who is? Oh, wait, that's right. You've got everyone has 4. My bad. You do all yours first.
You don't want to go first?
You all will need some too. So you just go through one at a time.
Okay.
Oh.
So cool. Who sung my praises to get me on the roster? I think that last time we decided it was Aguia Rojas. So
You
we'll
keep
stick
that?
with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, next
Who
up.
have I decided is killing the business with their performance?
Me.
Titania.
Because you're like
Nazi.
you're like MMA wrestling.
You can't have a real fighter come in and expose the business.
Yeah. Your gimmick is just your life.
What is this? The brawl for all?
Is there a place where we can put the heat stuff?
Yeah, there's.
Yeah,
uh,
There's a little drop section that says reasons.
Oh, I've been doing them in the Excel spreadsheet. Whoops a daisy.
where do you put them?
It says heat. And it's the drop down
Oh,
and like
okay.
it has a little like
Gotcha. Okay.
Sean, what was yours again? It was I really like your style or something, or
It was you sung my praises to get me on the roster because
Okay.
we kind of wrestled each other on the indies and you kind of made it up to the big leagues first and you were like, hey, you should go get this guy.
I'll write down now. My first one is oops, wrong area. Who allied with me on my first team? Did we say that was you, Sean?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. I will just keep that just because makes it easier.
Back when I wore a mask.
You just wear the shades all the time. You didn't even take the shades off. That was your mask.
Oh, were you El Generico before you became Ace Winners? Oh man.
My gimmick was El Ambien. He was a luchador with narcolepsy.
Oh no.
I think we're back to Nessa. Or
I
did you
haven't
go?
gone.
Oh,
I
sorry.
haven't gone. Oh. Who has earned my respect with their legit fighting skills? I'm gonna say
Shoots.
Akia.
Thank you.
Akia.
Well, so we already did the bit where your name would have been El Chico Blanco, right?
No, it's just El Gringo.
Oh, yeah, or El Gringo.
Look, we appreciate him because he did his work. But did we riff him all the time? Yes, we did.
Yes.
Mo, are you a face or a heel?
I'm a face.
Okay.
Or as my sheet says, El Técnico.
When it matters, are you a face or a heel?
Oh, heel, but
Yeah,
also
gotta be a heel.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I think you and Bonesaw are both heels. Sarah, what are you?
Face.
Face. All right.
With the pride of Mother Russia.
All right. Who's next?
I think it's
Back
back to
to Nessa.
Monet.
Okay.
Mhm.
Who thinks I'm all smoke and no fire? Could be anyone, because that is true. That is a true statement.
I really
I'll take that one.
Okay, go ahead.
because I was gonna say I'm very much like I pride people on not being all gimmick and also being able to back it up in the ring, and that was kind of my big rivalry with Two Tone Tony last season.
Hey,
So.
hey.
That's
I can't
true.
I can't back it up in the ring, but I am an asshole in real life. So bad at wrestling.
I think it's Bonesaw's again.
It is Bonesaw.
Who is my protege?
Not it.
Oh. I guess me.
All right.
Well, unless you already have a connection with Monet, right?
True.
I don't. They have a connection with me. They
Okay,
have one
fair.
heat with me.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah. All right, that's mine. I'm dead.
My next.
Yes.
Who did I beat when they challenged me to a shoot fight?
To a shoot fight?
Shoot,
Like
go fight,
pulling out
shoot,
guns or like what's that?
Ah, no, that's like a
shoot
real
fight
fight.
is when you wrestle for
Yeah.
real.
Oh,
It's got to work when you're like, putting on the show, and then when you guys like go at it for real, it's a shoot.
I can see either Ace or myself, honestly.
I already have one with you.
Oh,
I
yeah, so-
I earned your respect. So
Ace.
I want to try and
Yeah.
spread them out a little bit. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I forgot about that. Sorry. Let me write that down.
Hell yeah.
All right. And who's
Do we only
next?
do two? Do we only do 2 heats, or we do all 4 of our heats?
You should go. So you have at least. You should ask us for as many as there are people. Certain people can get more than
Okay.
one.
All right.
Who doesn't have 2 yet?
I have 2.
I haven't done my second one yet.
Okay.
What's the second? Who is ripping off my high flying style? I'm gonna say, is it Monet?
I mean, yeah, I can. I'll rebuff anyone. I'll rebuff anyone. If you don't have one with me, yeah, I'll rip you off.
Let's do it.
You inspire me is really what it is.
Oh, okay.
It's not.
Imitation is
a
the sincerest form of flattery.
yeah.
You inspire
Yeah.
me. You also help me get better paychecks.
Yeah. You
Nice.
inspire me to get more money with your moves that I'm using.
Have you done any of yours, Steve?
I've done 2.
Okay. Wow, my bad. So I must have missed that. My next one is who thinks I'm completely overrated. I think it's gonna be Bonesaw. I
Oh,
think
yeah.
that you're the old school guy who sees because I'm just doing like indie dives and shit, and you're like this kid. It's just like
What is with this trampoline cowboy bullshit?
yeah,
Look at his neon fucking glasses.
yeah.
Get out of here with that kid.
Back in my day, we didn't need these fancy dance stuffs.
Hey, he's here.
It's like Kevin Nash versus every single AEW guy on Twitter.
In my day, you got a concussion and you liked it.
All right. Everybody do their second question.
Yep. So it's back round to me.
Awesome.
Cha-cha. Who is trying to steal my approach? Which is, yeah, difficult one. Flashy.
Who
Do we
doesn't
have
have
one
a?
together?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think we have one together yet. Oh no, we do. You think I'm all smoke and no fire? So
Oh, that's right. That's right. I forgot about that.
Unless you want to switch.
No, I like the first one.
Okay.
And I have one with Monet already, so
I don't think I have one with you. Like, because
we're
I
trying to steal from each other.
What's your other one? Oh, I want to take this one too.
Who's starstruck by me, even though we're peers?
Yeah, no.
And as I get better at this game, maybe I will have a better approach. I don't know. I'm kind of flying by the seat of my pants right now.
So what was the first one? That third question again?
Who's trying to steal my approach? Which could be my approach to anything. Maybe I'm good with kids or something.
All right.
It could just be. Actually, it could be. Do you and Tatiana have anything?
Mm-mm.
Because
Yeah.
yeah, Tatiana seems like they don't really know what to do in front of the camera at all.
Oh, that'd be
But-
good.
Yeah.
So-
I was gonna say
Don't-
like I'm relying a lot on my management to like kind of
Yeah.
guide me through this because I think that's a good one. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you can slowly learn to be unstarstruck by me then, because that's the remaining one. Like, oh no, I guess we'll figure it out later. Then,
I will do the Star Trek one and we'll use that one for.
alrighty, Bonesaw, you go, because I'm done now.
all right. Who has no respect for all the work I've put into this company?
Me.
Do I have one with you yet, Steve?
Yeah, you do.
Okay. Okay.
I think you're killing. I've decided you're killing the business because
Okay.
you're a real fighter. Why are you in my sport?
Where's the pageantry?
She also punched me in the nose really hard, and we were supposed to be doing that in the rehearsal and the practice. It hurt.
Do you want me to just do my last one since it's got to be Ace?
What's the last one?
Oh God, who is desperately seeking my approval?
No, that's perfect. That's absolutely
so
perfect.
good.
Because
So good.
my guy's like he's like been a wrestling fan since he was a kid. So like he probably like watched you in your prime and was like is probably super starstruck that you're here.
You're the first wrestler I remember seeing. Suddenly, like, your hip breaks.
Aw.
What was mine again with you, Bonesaw? Sorry.
Yours with me was you have no respect for what I've done in this company. So like you don't respect that I'm the veteran of the locker room.
Yeah,
Like,
no.
you're just like, I don't care who you are. Get the fuck out of my face.
Retire, old man.
Got a seat right to the retirement home for you. Oh no.
You say that and then you hit him with the chair.
Yes.
I'm done. Next person.
So I think the two I don't have is Steve and Sarah. Is that right for mine?
Mhm.
Oh gosh. Oh geez, lost my pen.
Mhm.
Gotta pull it
What
back
do you
up.
have?
Hold on, I gotta find it again. I hardcore jobber. Luchador. Here we go. So my two are who thinks I don't deserve my mask or overall look, and who is trying to convince me to change my style, my mask, or both.
I think I'm trying to convince you to change your style because I think that you've got real capabilities as a fighter, and I think that all the show and smoke is just dragging you down.
And do you have one with me?
No.
I think I'm the one that's like I don't respect your mask. Is that what it is?
Yeah, I think we just have this like mutual like disrespect for each other.
I think because you're also kind of a veteran in the business, but not as old as me. I think I'm like from the old school, like this is a certain type of wrestling, and you're from the luchador style. And I'm just
Yeah.
like, why is the luchador style here? Like, what? No, you have to conform to what we're doing here.
Right.
Old
Like,
man.
man, open your eyes.
Hell
All
yeah.
right.
All right. So I have with whom do I have an old rivalry that can now be restarted? Let's see. I've already got one with Aguirre. And so
What's your other one? What's the last one?
the last one is whose spot am I threatening to take now that I'm here? I think it might be Bonesaw because
Yeah.
he might be grooming me to be the new guy.
You're a fan of him and you want to take a spot at the same time.
I don't necessarily, but that's the thing is I don't necessarily want to, but like I think that like maybe the company is pushing me towards like being in that spot. And so like it becomes like there's some tension there.
Okay, I have an old rivalry with you then.
Okay.
Maybe it's from when you beat him in that shoot fight.
That's what I'm thinking.
I was at Josh Barnett's Bloodsport or whatever the fuck, and when I was working the indie circuit, and I was like, I'll take on a shoot fighter, and I got the shit kicked out of me.
You're like, yeah, do it. Ugh.
And now you're like, now you're in my ring. Let's
Yeah.
see how you do it now.
Yeah.
Okay, I have. Let me see. My last two are who wants to add more entertainment to my repertoire, and who am I afraid of?
And
Ooh.
who hasn't gone yet for you?
Bonesaw
Because I think I have. Okay.
and Monet.
Well, I feel like I definitely am the repertoire one because there's no goddamn way you're afraid of me.
I think it tracks. I'm afraid of Bonesaw because
Yeah.
it's Bonesaw.
You've seen his videos of like the 1993 cage match.
Well, it
With
could
the
also
ladder?
not necessarily be a thing of like physically afraid of him, but like afraid that like because he has pull with management is gonna try and get you fired or something like that.
Yeah.
Maybe you're afraid he's
think-
also gonna
Like
break.
when
You're gonna break
Vader
his
came
back.
to
If you,
WWF and Shawn Michaels was like, trying to like get him fired because he didn't want him to take his spot and whatnot.
I think I see Bonesaw. I don't know much about wrestling, but it's like almost like a Mankind thing, like a character that's so crazy that you don't know what they're going to do, and that like really terrifies me. Like there's no like
Rhyme or
there's
reason.
there's kayfabe actually, obviously, but like he just will like make up shit going on and just play around and.
All right. I think that's everybody.
I got all mine. Anyone else missing any?
Mm-mm.
Good.
All right. So, starting off, going into Topeka, Kansas. Now, some things to keep in mind, sort of when playing. With the way the rules and stuff work, we'll get into. Well, you'll see some example early on about how those work as far as in the ring goes. The thing you're looking for is sort of like out of character, the metagaming element of this. You want to get and this it's both it's actually metagaming, but it's also very much in character because they literally do this stuff in real life. You want your heat with each with the wrestlers that you're going to the ring with to get up to like 4. So there's things you can do to build heat, things like when you cut promos, things along those lines. So as your heat goes up, the audience essentially is more and more excited about these particular wrestlers getting together. When you get like to a +4 with someone and you wrestle them, you gain 1 audience. And the more audience you have, the more momentum you have. Momentum, you'll start off with probably 1 or 2 each person. There'll be a thing under audience for you where it tells you how much momentum you start off with. Like if you go down to audiences right below heat. See, on that character sheet just below heat, there's a thing for audience.
Mm-hmm.
I start with +2.
And it'll say like
+2
audience. You start with 1 momentum. And momentum you can put right underneath your stats. And with those you can spend that after a roll to add to your roll.
So we add the audience point as the 1 momentum.
Not the audience. If you look under audience, like Sarah, for you, the one that says it'll say like what, probably 1 or 2 audience.
1.
Okay, yeah, for 1 audience, then it says start with each episode with 1 momentum. So yeah, you'll start off with 1 momentum.
Gotcha. Okay.
Oh, and what you want to do is as those kind of go up, you get more momentum at the beginning, and you can use that after a roll to go ahead and make a difference on there. So getting momentum for things, particularly your finisher, is done without any stats. Like your finisher is just a straight up 2d6 roll. So it's good to have some momentum for your finisher to try to make sure that you kind of come off well at the end. So not vital, but is a thing you can do. So, and then sort of after the match, there's things we can do. People can also suggest things like vignettes or other stuff in in between in the locker room. I'll have some stuff sort of scheduled, but we can add things to it. For each match that takes place, I book the winner. I don't tell you who that is until right towards the end, but there are moves that can let you book. Basically, if you book the match, it means you're now the one that's supposed to win. So that can be taken from each other. That can be changed when you ever see an option like that. But to start with, Topeka, Kansas. As we're there, as we show up, there's like the stadium's got just tons and tons of people. You can smell the audience, like just that feeling of it while you're in the green rooms underneath getting ready. You can just hear it, like that thrum coming through. And up on the giant screen, just we see like good night Topeka, and out comes Mr. Jones. Reggie Jones he hates to be called anything but Mr. Jones while he's in the ring. Comes out with a big old cigar and is like, Topeka, Kansas. You beautiful people, we are so happy to be back here in the breadbasket heartland of America with real goddamn Americans. Wow. Crowd kind of goes, we got a hell of a show for you tonight. And as he kind of points up, there's like an explosion around the large screen there, and it gives us a previously on. So each of you get to go through and kind of go over. Okay, this is what I did that was goddamn cool on a previous episode, on last week's episode. So this can be describe a highlight. It can be from a match, a promo, a backstage interaction, or anything else you want. That is the thing that they show people at the beginning of the to kind of get into character on this stuff.
Cool. So I think that for Ace Winters, there's a backstage, and it goes back to a backstage interview, and he's talking about. Let me just do it in character. He goes, "So ever since I've gotten here, I've failed to see a champion, and you can't be a top tier wrestling company without a champion. So I'm challenging whoever for the vacant BWL heavyweight championship. Do we have a tournament going on? Who's running this shit? Like, I've seen better organization on some of the indie circuits.
You better watch it. You better watch it, Ace Winters.
Come fight me about it." And like, he's trying to be like the edgy face where like he's still a good guy, but he's like ramping up against authority.
You see Mr. Jones just kind of goes. You can actually see like the burn on the cigar kind of come back. You ain't earned the right to touch me in the ring yet.
Then give it to me. Give me a shot. What, are you scared?
All right, who's next?
What, are you scared?
Punk.
I think we're gonna cut to a match that was going on. It's gonna be one of Monet's matches, and Bonesaw, who had been injured for 6 months, returns and screws whoever that opponent
it's
is.
Bonesaw! What's Bonesaw doing here?
Basically interferes in the match when the ref is out, and then just puts Monet on top, wakes up the ref for a 1, 2, 3, and just holds Monet's hand and storms away.
Yes.
Like, nobody knows what the hell is Bonesaw doing with Monet? Like, what's going on here?
Love it.
Do we have someone in the league who's like very important?
We can make them up.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, so I'm just gonna say their name is Jurgen. And the previous week I got my face beat the fuck in by Jurgen, but I got a lot of stage time and pretty good highlight reel. People really like watching those clips on YouTube of Jurgen beating a lot of people up, but specifically this guy.
Is Jurgen the guy that that Bonesaw helped you pin?
Let's say yes. Although people were mad about that part, but
Yeah.
everyone loves Jurgen.
Well, everyone hates Bonesaw and Monet Matters, so that's true.
Yeah.
We're heels. We're supposed to be hated.
Yep.
Right, forgot about that. Yes.
So good.
Somebody's got to love to hate us, though.
Yeah, that's how you know you're a good heel.
I think for mine, there's this moment where, like, in the middle of a match where my opponent is like kind of on the ground, kind of out of it, and I'm just walking around the ring, just kind of like just staring down the crowd type of thing. And then she comes up, tries to grab my hair, and I just roundhouse kick her to the face.
Yeah.
I literally have YouTube videos up here of like wrestling movies. Like, hey, what can I snipe? What can I steal? So I just saw that happen.
I
And
got
it
a
looks so
list
cool.
of things.
It looks so cool. And I'm like, and I roundhouse kick her to the face, and just like, that's it. She's down.
Mhm.
Not coming back from that.
Ref calls the match. You don't even pin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think we cut to El Roja's like match in the ring where they're fighting someone who's bigger. I'm just gonna throw a generic name out here. I don't know whoever else is playing what, so maybe one of those people. But basically, they rush at them, and Gia pushes them into a is it called a post?
A turnbuckle.
Yeah, a turnbuckle. And while they're recovering, Gia runs up the ropes, grabs back their head, and does like a backflip sort of thing where it slams them into the ground.
Hell yeah.
A backflip DDT, I think it's what it's called.
Yeah.
I have a thing up right now.
Look at you learning.
I'll share it with the class in the
Oh,
Discord.
please do. Please do.
But yeah, and then I think it knocked them out, and that's how they won by default.
Oh yeah.
All right, I think that takes us all the way around. All right, so that sort of finishes up. Mr. Jones is like, and remind me because I was also taking care of a couple things. Yours, Bonesaw, was on the one before. Was you coming back after 6 weeks and helping Monet Matters?
Yeah. I was out I was out with an injury, and I came back and like kind of a surprise return and got a little bit of a pop until I helped Monet win, and then everybody's like, "What is going on?"
All right. So as things begin, and I've also you'll notice on the session thing on the side, I put a session notes in notes. If I've added a few things there. If people end up wanting to, if you're anyone's free to kind of add some stuff in there as we do things. But it starts off. It goes, we gonna bring out one of our wrestlers for you, Monet.
What's up?
Okay, so do you do anything as you come down to the ring? Because this isn't an entrance for a match, but this is an interview at the top.
What's
I
your
don't know.
entrance music?
I do not know yet.
It's just some stock like money noises.
I think it's like dad rock or something. Like it's
It
just
is.
real.
It
like
is similar to yet legally distinct from Pink Floyd's.
Is it Money, Money, Money by ABBA?
I wish it was.
Ooh.
All right, yes,
distinct
then
from-
yes. I don't know if the Kansas crowd loves that, but yes, sure. It's money, money, money from ABBA. Money,
Money, money.
must
It's so
be
funny.
I think it
In the
changes
rainbow.
or where we are to piss them off a bit more.
Oh yeah. But yep, I don't know. I do that, and like even though it's just regular, I'm still just like people are gonna be cheering, even though it's an interview.
Yeah. Monet, last week, things are looking rough for you. What was it like? Bonesaw came out and helped you.
You know, I really appreciate that an older wrestler, older, would take notice of me and really help me out in the ring. You know, Bonesaw's a classic.
Yeah, one thing we've noticed, you and Bonesaw seem to have got along pretty well. Like Bonesaw's showing almost a father figure type thing we didn't think he had in him.
Yeah, he's a real Papa Bear.
So, him being a Papa Bear, what's it gonna be like when the two of you go head to head at the end of the night?
I mean, no disrespect, but he is an old Papa Bear. And to switch metaphors, sometimes a young lion cub will eat his father.
You think you got what it takes to take on Bonesaw?
I don't know, but I'm going to give it my best.
Oh, your best. That's what you got. Good. We're glad we brought someone in to give their best. Were you half-assing it last week? Was that what happened with Jurgen? Jurgen's hand lotion?
That's not what, that definitely isn't why Jurgen is named that.
I was going, when you said that, I'm like, that's something.
The next person's going to be named fucking Sharpie, that's for sure.
And we're back.
All right.
And we're back.
So,
I can touch the fourth wall. That's my secret move. But no, I'm going to give it twice my best. I don't know.
all right. Go. So you're cutting a promo right now. So go ahead and roll plus look. And I put a thing.
Yay.
You either do 2 actual d6 or I put a thing in your character sheet. Where if you click on the character sheet, if you click the dice roller, and then there's the one that's got like the little gear and then the down arrow. If you click on that, it'll be like, hey, you can choose the amount of dice.
Okay. Damn, I really want to do this, but I do not see it. I will find it later.
Oh, it's right underneath your like description.
Oh, there it is. I'm blind. Okay, 2d6. Right?
And then add your
Okay.
look.
Okay, that is a 5 total.
All right.
3-1-1.
Well, that didn't work. Wait. So it does not connect as you do it. Like the audience, like there's some laughter that comes off of them. Johnson just sort of looks at you and goes, "Kid, I think you're gonna have a little bit of trouble with a professional who's been putting their ass on the line for however many years. I forget. Swear to God, Bonesaw was in here when I was a kid." Go ahead.
Well, I mean,
Oh,
what am I going to say? I'm going to let him beat my ass.
maybe you will.
Are
Good
you allowed
luck.
to say ass?
Go ahead and give yourself +1 momentum.
Yay!
So, and like most of the time, if you fail a roll, you get like a momentum or something along those lines. So it's one of those things that does not punish for those. All right. This brings us to our first match of the evening, and it goes. You see it like things pops up there. Elegia versus Titanium. And then Elegia, where do we find you did you come out to the stage for the promo before the match, or does this happen backstage? Where's this at?
Oh, for like the heat thing,
the promo just before the
the
actual
promo?
match?
Yeah, I think Agia is probably do they have like a back room, not like like the dressing room itself or the locker room, but like another area for like stretching and like all that, or is it?
Yeah,
Go in the
you-
locker
you-
room.
you-
You can stretch in the locker room.
Yeah, you got a
Oh,
locker
okay.
room. You also probably have some cool concrete hallways that are down there.
Yeah, I think Agia is in the locker room like stretching out their legs.
And I think Ace kind of just walks in and is like, "Hey, good luck on your match tonight."
Yeah, man, you too. And
Am I-
do they have
am I
like a
booked?
handshake
I
that
don't
they do? Like,
They have like a secret like Fresh Prince, yeah, thing. And then they turn to the camera and they say, "Learn that in Mexico," or reference something off, like something ridiculous part of the convoluted lore. And I don't actually know if I'm booked tonight, so.
I
But yeah,
think you are. I don't.
Good.
Yeah.
And
But I'm off to fight. Have you fought Titanium before?
are you doing this on
fight
camera
kind
or
of
off?
it would be on camera.
Okay, yeah.
Fight kind of implies a two-way thing. It was more so I was on an indie card and it was a shoot fight thing, and I got the shit kicked out of me, which is tough, but you're fast, so use that to your advantage.
I'm fast and I know how to work the ring like a lady. So
There you go.
I'll definitely be able to handle her, no problem.
I know you will. Kind of
Yeah,
like
and-
punches your shoulder.
Yeah.
Good luck tonight.
Yeah. And I think she's gonna look at the camera at this point and be like, and do the promo thing now. Is that what I'm doing?
Yep.
Yeah. And I think she's like, Titanium. Me and more, darling. I know you're new to this, so I will be as gentle as I need to be, but I know you can handle yourself. However, when we get into that ring, it's not like your cage fights or whatever the MMA crowds do before. You're in my house now. Those ropes are mine. That earth, that dirt, that canvas, meal, mine. So no hard feelings when I put you down. Okay. See you there.
All right, go ahead, roll plus look.
All right. What is my look? It's been so long since I did
You
this.
got the look. You got
Oh,
the look.
oh, I got a -1. That's awesome. That's fine. This is fine. Everything's fine. How do I do this dice roller?
So if you click, there's the gear with a little arrow down. If you do that, it'll like, here, how many dice do you want to roll at a time? Or you can literally
Ooh.
you can just hit the D6 twice.
Must break you.
Nice thing is then you can do like a re-roll thing, and it'll without having to put more stuff in.
All right. So it looks like I got 5, 6, 7. I got a 6.
All right.
Or can I use my momentum now to like,
Yeah.
or was it only within the ring?
Yeah, you can use momentum now.
All right. So I'm gonna keep it at a 7 then.
All right. Yeah, you gain +1 momentum. You get to pick one. Creative books you into an embarrassing loss as punishment for going off script. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That was break kayfabe. I'm sorry, you do not gain momentum.
Okay.
You get to pick one. Creative books you in the match. Book means to win. Add a
Uh-huh.
stipulation to a relevant match. They come out to respond to your promo or gain +1 heat with the subject of your promo.
I'm gonna say +1 heat.
Okay. And then it cuts to on like the main stage, and Mr. Jones is like, coming in next, Titanium. You'll be able to tell us your entrance, and then you'll get to cut your promo. Like you've just seen this on the big
So
screen.
my entrance music is Titanium by Sia because it's obvious. And it's just like the music starts, like there's no like anything. I just kind of like stride down the walkway toward the ring, like crowd cheering, all that stuff. But I'm just like stone faced, and I get to the ring, jump in there, jump past the ropes. Yes, sir.
I just think a whole lot of shit was talked about you. Very polite. What do you have to say to your opponent?
It is. I am used to talk. Talk is fine. Action matters.
What's gonna happen when we put you against them?
I have deep respect for Akia. I like Gia. But I've some Russian phrase. I don't know.
But in my country, that's difficult to explain. I'll leave you to look it up.
Idioms.
Bear
But
shit in
we
woods.
are done playing games. This is a fight, and I know they can fight.
All right, go ahead and roll plus look again.
All right. So what do I do with this? I do the D6.
So yeah, you want to roll 2d6, and if you click the little, it's got the gear with the downward facing arrow. It'll open up. You can just put 2, or you can just click D6 twice, and then later on you can hit the reroll.
Oh, this many 2. Okay, and then 1 second. D6. Okay. I got 3 and a 4.
All right. So what is your look?
-2. So that puts me at 3. No, 3, 4, 5.
Okay. So with the 5, yeah, that woo Russia. They did not at this point seem to connect too well, but do go ahead and gain +1 momentum.
Ah, yes, wrestling fans, annoyingly nationalist.
Yes, they're enthusiastic, and then there's all the bad stuff.
I went to a live event where there was an Indian wrestler wrestling a Caucasian wrestler, and everyone was chanting USA. The problem was they were both Canadian. And I was like, what are you doing?
Yep.
They don't even go here.
Right.
I didn't even go to this thing. So
We don't have a horse in this race.
and like, yeah, what's your entrance look like?
So yeah, I think once you know the promo for Titanium is over, you hear "Going Off" by Snowda Product, and you just see Agia just like sort of like run out and like sort of do like a small little slide, and then just starts dancing down the area, you know, high-fiving kids and, you know, taking selfies with the folks in the crowd, and eventually just easily hops into the ring, like over the ropes.
All right. And the two of you face off, and now one or more of the people who are not in the match get to be the announcer. And there's a couple ways we can end up looking at this. It can be there can be like a shared announcer that everybody kind of shares. There could be multiple announcers that come back in. Could be one of those things where you have where your actual character may come in occasionally to announce as well. So for those, who would like to be announcing this?
Cletus Cornhole.
Yes.
All right, I will make a note here. Cletus Cornhole, one of the announcers. I'll put that under the NPC tab.
Oh, this isn't a reoccurring character.
It's gonna be bootleg Jim Ross is what it's gonna be.
All right, so Cletus Cornhole is going to be announcing. Now, the announcer will not only be like as they describe the stuff they'll be doing, of course, the color commentary, but the announcer also has the ability to once per match to put up a wrestler. And when you put up a wrestler, you basically change what they've done from like you put it in the most glowing light. You can bump them up one result level, basically from like a botch to a partial hit or a partial hit to a full hit on those. So they're able to make a difference in the ring itself. All right, Cletus, we cut to you. These two face off.
All right, I do have high expectations for this match. Both competitors seem highly articulate and intelligent. Only time will tell how far this goes, but they both got bona fide potential. Let's see how it goes.
And comes back. We'll start with Mo. We'll start with you, like Agia having control.
All right. So I think with that, once they're in the ring and the belt goes off, whatever, they're probably circling each other, getting ready, getting stanced. And I think Agia is just gonna shoot off and just run at Titania and looking like gonna go for a clothesline, but fakes it and like quickly just bounces off the back ropes to get her from behind, and like probably try to grab her back her head and like try to slam it down.
Okay. And so the way the wrestling stuff works is we basically turn it into like a 1, 2, 3 thing.
Yeah.
So first Mo goes, oh, this is what I do. Then Sarah says how she reacts, and then I get transitional move or maybe a crowd. Then Mo will go back to the reaction to the response, and you'd be picking up like the first die when Mo says the first thing. You say how you react. Then Mo will go, basically pick up the second die, say how they react for that one, narrate the big like little showcase of that particular set of moves, make the roll, and then that can do things like add heat, add momentum. It can keep control, or failure can actually give over control. You can also choose to give up control at times, because you do that, you can actually gain, I think, momentum from that. If you give up your control. So, yeah. So, Sarah, what's your reaction to that?
So as they're trying to like slam my head into the mat, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, like I'm grabbing for your head. You can either move out of the way, you can like work away from it, or
what happens is as they come around, and like I feel like they grab me, I come around, grab them by the back of the neck, and I just like haul them with my body and slam them onto the mat, onto their back.
Judo throw.
What's it called?
Like a judo throw?
Yeah.
Like, heck yeah.
All right.
and I think with that, I think I'm gonna take it and roll with it and hold on, and then also throw titanium at the same time.
All right. So and then so in that case, then Sarah, you give your reaction to that, and then we get Elagia doing this, basically ending this back and forth, and then making the roll to see how it goes.
Okay, I roll out of their grip, and then like just get into a stance, and I rush just to get them at the solar plexus. Like, so I'm just rushing, like, I get my shoulder into their middle, basically, to just kind of drive. And I just my goal is to just drive them back into the buckle, the turnbuckle.
All right, and then you can take it home. Agia?
Me?
I take it home.
No, Agia does.
Okay.
And I think Agia does that, like feels the momentum that you have, however is able to like slip out of the way and like push you in the turnbuckle instead.
Mm-hmm.
Like uses your momentum against you.
Okay.
And
is that when I roll?
Yeah. So yeah, so when you roll, you do this. It's the same thing as 2d6. Now, if you're using physical strength, acrobatic skill, or signature maneuver that requires incredible athletic ability, it's plus body. If it shows your technique, create or subvert what the audience expects, or demonstrates a signature maneuver that requires a lot of skill, it's plus work. If you work with your opponent to showcase an innovative or exciting maneuver that requires both of you to achieve it, you roll your heat with each other. So you get to decide what you roll that with.
I think just because it's technical work, I think it's probably work.
Okay.
is of athletic feat. Too many tabs. Oops. 8, 9.
All right, 9. You keep their attention. You choose whether you hand control the match to your opponent and gain +1 momentum, or do you retain control of the match?
I think I want to pass it over so I can get momentum.
All right. So get the momentum, and after this, Sarah, it'll be the same thing for you, where you'll do, think of like the one, pick up, I do this, get the reaction, I do this other thing, get the reaction, then say how you finish it off, and then that's the roll.
Okay.
Oh, and then by the way, yeah, like Ace, do you want to give the answer for that?
So Cletus begins at, and the bell has sounded and we are off. And a Gia Roja rushes in with a clothesline, ducked under it by Tatiana, bounces off the ropes, comes back, tries to clock him in the back of the head, but gets reversed into a judo throw, tries to reverse into a neck breaker, stands up quickly, gets thrown into the ropes, but reverses into an Irish whip back into the turnbuckle. We are off to a great start here, folks.
Bless you so much.
Well done.
All right.
People aren't here for us. They're here for Mr. Cornhole.
Fuck on!
And Titania, what do you do?
Okay. I'm coming off the turnbuckle, and I get into like this stance right here, and I fake a punch so that they duck out of it, and then I just uppercut to the jaw.
Actual fighting? What is this nonsense?
Like that.
Yeah. And I think that the punch lands, however, I grab your arm like as the punch hits, and like I grab it, and then like I go to like throw you back against the turnbuckle.
And when you throw me back, I use that momentum, I bounce off the ropes, and then I clothesline you.
And I think as you're doing that, I'm gonna duck under and like go for the ropes again to like bounce off
Springboard off the ropes.
Yeah.
And I take it home then?
Yeah, then you take this series of maneuvers home.
And then I'm going to so you duck under? Let's see.
They're probably flying through
think.
the air at you if they springboard off the ropes, so you could like catch them and do a slam or try to.
Yeah, so you just slam it out down them like that?
Yeah, you could just do like a power slam.
Yeah, do that then.
All right, and make your roll. That's a power slam, so that's probably plus body.
Yeah, would be probably. Okay, I got +1 on body, so 1 second. 2d6. That's 9.
All right. So with
No, wait, 8. Sorry.
Oh,
8.
yeah, same thing on there. You get to choose now. Do you hand control the match to your opponent and gain +1 momentum, or do you want to retain control?
I hand control back.
All right. Add 1 momentum. Ace.
All right, and coming out of the corner, Titania puts those dukes up. The most educated hands we have in sports entertainment today. Goes for the 1-2, misses with the first one, connects with the second one, but Aguia Roja is able to shoot them into the ropes. They come back with a clothesline miss as they duck under and jump and springboard off the ropes, but caught in the middle of air and power slam. Go for the pin. 1-2, not enough.
Nice.
All right. It is in Aguia Roja's hand. And Sean,
Yeah,
if you are making notes and writing this down, I'll have you put it in the thing later. If you just remember it.
So Agia being slammed sort of like does that roll thing, like where like they'll groan and like roll, like slowly get back to their feet. And look at titanium and what are they gonna do? Because all their momentum's been slammed to the ground. I guess I just gotta pick it back up. They're gonna go off the ropes, bounce off nearby ropes, and then like run towards Titania and look like they're going for like a pounce, but really is going for a baseball slide.
Is this my turn now?
Yeah.
Hold on, I just saw this move and I really want to do this.
I'm so excited.
I'm basically gonna run up, kick a leg forward, and I want to like just hit you in the face with my crotch.
Yes.
This one's called the good date.
And it just body slams you to the ground.
Oh my word.
I
I
literally
think-
just saw this move.
I think as you were
Tatiana is out for 6 weeks due to a shattered pelvis.
I think as you were sitting on my bed. Sorry, that's just I was like, I actually had to say those words. Okay. I think Agia is going to like roll around and like grab a leg and like put you like in like a oh god, what's the one where you're on your stomach and like your back legs up like in like a
Triangle
back
choke.
it's the like way they're on their stomach and like I pull their leg up and like I have like their like knee captive.
Oh, so you're kind of going for like an ankle lock?
We
almost?
call it
Yeah.
the twisty foot.
Okay,
Yeah, like an
so-
ankle lock. Oh my god, also look at my definition.
Oh,
Sorry.
so you kind of like grab the leg and like try and like trip him on the ground and then stand up with it.
Well, I'm trying to like basically just get her off me.
Yeah.
And then yeah, so I guess I'm putting her in a lock right now of some sort, like a leg lock. But I'm trying to not be under, on the bottom.
I'm trying to picture this.
So basically, you're on the stomach.
So
I
look
have
up
like your leg up.
Look up Kurt Angle ankle lock, and that's basically what it is. What we're
Okay.
going for.
I'll get out some dolls and show you.
And
Show me on the doll where the wrestler hurt you.
Oh, there's a
Okay.
GIF. I found a GIF.
okay. All right.
Yeah, that.
Oh man, how do I get out of this?
Oh, you can also another rule in wrestling is if you can make it to the ropes and grab the ropes, they have to let go of the submission.
Okay, yeah, I drag myself over and just like I grab the rope then and just like, and at that point,
Once
Did
you grab
you
the
let go?
ropes, I think the ref like blows the whistle, and I'm like, hands off.
You got to immediately let go. You're a face.
Yeah,
Some of the heels will milk it for a couple seconds.
yeah.
Mhm.
But as soon as my hand's off your ankle, I'm gonna go to some. Ooh. I'm gonna let go. However, I'm gonna springboard up and then do a hurricane. What's it called? A hurricane? Like through the ropes? Is that the one?
Yeah, you could while she's getting to her feet, run over to the turnbuckle and do a turnbuckle hurricanrana.
No, I was thinking about the El Rey one where he kicks between the ropes.
Oh, the 619. Oh,
619, yeah.
Oh, yeah. I see.
Yeah.
Go for it. That's awesome.
Yeah, so basically she's gonna do a 619. They're gonna do 619 where they grab the ropes and they jump between them
Mhm.
and do like a horizontal kick to your
Yeah.
swing face.
Rey Mysterio 619 is what you're looking up now.
Okay, that's the end move for that
Yep.
bit, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Did
Okay.
you go ahead and make your roll?
I make a roll?
Yeah, you
Because
you got control, right?
yes. Where is my dice? Here, a kitty. Oh, so I think that's actually athletic feat, so it's still a +1. 6. That's a 12.
All right. So with the 12, crowd pops as you nail the spot, retain control of the match, and gain +1 momentum. However, at this point, the end of this one, we're going to be finishing off this particular one. So what happens
Okay.
at the end? Right now, Titania is booked to win. So, unless something is done to change that, as you go through here, you'll each do your back and forth, and then Titania will end up rolling the finishing move at the end.
So I gain +1 heat.
Or-
Okay. I'm just reading the athletic feat one. Sorry, hold
Okay.
on 1 second. So on a 10+, you do it easily, gain +1 heat with your opponent, or so just gain +1 heat and keep the momentum or the power.
Well, this is
Right.
for which one?
I was doing athletic feat.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Oh, I looked the wrong one. I'm sorry. I thought that was a wrestling one.
Yeah.
Here, let me just pull it up on the roll moves. Yeah, roll. You do +1 heat with your opponent, or if you don't have an opponent, basically gain +1 heat with your opponent instead of the moment.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
So I took. So I have a +3 now. Heat. What do I do with all this heat again? Is it just
when you
store
get
for later?
when you get to 4 with a single person, when you're in the match with that person, if you can get it to 4, you then are able to gain audience. So
Okay.
that's one of the ways to gain audience.
Cool.
All right. So in this one, the two of you can kind of go through right now, unless one of you uses a move to change, like heal move. I think sometimes the face move can be used for that. On that one, what'll happen is you'll go through, and then Sarah will do her finishing move.
So I start us off.
Yeah.
So I think after I finish the 619,
I'm sorry. Did Ace want to?
did cornhole or
does
corn?
Cletus want to do the call?
Yeah.
Okay, because that'll set you up for the next thing. All right, so both competitors are now back up to their feet, and Agia charges in, tries to go for a baseball slide, but is caught by is that a that must be a Russian thing. Okay, Agia is knocked down to the ground and prone, then goes for some kind of submission, but it looks like Agia is able to reverse into an ankle lock. Oh, and Agia is really torquing that thing, and Tatiana's trying to get to the ropes. She crawls over and she manages to get to the ropes. Agia, being a good sports person, is able to immediately let go. But then, as Tatiana is climbing up on the ropes, shoots in for the 619 to the face. Agia on the outside of the ropes now. What are they gonna do?
So Gia's on the outside of the ropes. I think they're immediately gonna hop up and jump.
Okay, we all have to acknowledge what Sarah has put in the chat now. Are we allowed to say these words on Twitch? We're good, right?
It's her signature move.
Okay. Sarah has put the St. Petersburg Pussy Pop as is the name of the move.
Oh my gosh. The thing is, first, because I went to college in St. Petersburg, Florida, so I was like, wait a second.
That's a different one. That's
I know those people.
That one you need to see the doctor afterwards. You're like I may have an infection now.
Yep. Oh god, where was I? Yeah, so as Agia is on the outside of the ropes, looking at Tatiana as she's steering back. I think they're gonna jump up on the top rope and do a leapfrog. Is that the right one?
Just a leap. Well, you could do a frog splash if they're laying on the ground, or you could just, if they stand up, then you could,
Yeah, I think they're leaping in and throwing a bow.
Cool. Phenomenal forearm.
Yeah.
And I am.
Yeah.
I roll out of the way, and then as they land, I'm on top of them, and I'm just I'm taking their elbows and just pulling them back.
Turn into a shoot fight now.
Yeah.
Like one of these things where it's
I have my arms there. I'm just pulling you back like that. I'm sitting on your back like this. So I've got you pinned.
Oh, you're sitting on me and
again
for the rear naked choke.
I saw a video of a girl hit someone in the face with her butt. Okay, I've seen some.
Oh, is that the Asuka? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no!
Okay, so you're sitting on my back.
By it again.
Oh no!
Sitting on my back, holding my elbows back. I'm gonna say Agia is pretty flexible. That's one of the things that gets them. That's they're known for. They're actually able to swing, arch their back and swing a foot up, and just wrap a leg around your neck and start pulling you down.
All right,
and so, yeah.
Now you're kind of reversing almost like a triangle.
I think Sarah, if you want to narrate and then try your finisher.
All right, she tries. So does they actually get a hook on my neck or anything like that?
I think it's enough to at least break the hold for the time being.
I think what I'm going to do is I'm trying to think of where pressure points are. 1 second.
Of course, the MMA person would know about pressure points.
Where are the worst pressure points in your body?
Titanium's finisher?
Is it on
not
my?
the-
Should it be on my sheet?
There's a finishing move, but they usually decide what your finisher is. It's not the St. Petersburg Pussy Pop.
No, it's just a signature.
Yeah, just a signature.
I think it's something. I think it is like that roundhouse kick or anything like more like physically fight. It's like a roundhouse kick to the face or like
Sure.
something of that sort. I haven't
like the hammer and
got that
sickle.
hard of it. Yeah, something like that, almost like an altered MMA move. What I do is they break my hold, but then I take my hand down and I basically cut to the pressure point of their thigh and I just slam hard at that point.
Ah,
And it's like at that point, I can let go, I can stand up, and you're in actual pain.
yeah. Yeah, I think
And
you
I just
see them
wanna-
just rolling on the floor.
Here's one of the things. Can I use one of my moves? It's fake, right? Which is take +1 body whenever you make a move that involves physically dominating your opponent to get what you want. Or is that do I need to do that now?
Because here you're in the. Oh, did you actually add one to your body?
No.
That's a permanent thing.
Okay.
I went ahead and added to it. You use your finishing move on this one. When you're booked to win a match, 2d6. Yes, you roll 2d6, and you can spend momentum if you wish. After you roll.
Oh hell. Oh. And we could add our momentum.
Yeah, you can add in momentum.
All right, I've got that puts me at 5.
Oh, it's too real. You suffer. So I guess, Sean, if you know more about the disqualification loss here, you're going to lose -1 audience and injure your opponent.
I meant no audience then. I'm gonna get fired.
Well, it's only if you start without an audience at the beginning.
Oh.
However, I think when you first time it goes to 0, each time you actually do gain. If you want to make a note that you gain an advancement.
So what I could see happening, and this could be a heel turn for
Yeah.
Tatiana, is Brock did a thing like this once where basically they made it look like he just shot on his opponent and just was just giving him elbows until he was knocked out. And so there wasn't a pin. It was just that was just the end of the match. So maybe that's kind of how it ends.
I like that.
All right.
Yeah,
So going for a submission attempt, it's Tatiana, but Agia attempts to begin to reverse, but Tatiana does some strange pressure point blow to the thigh. Agia is struggling to stand up and then hits with the red square roundhouse kick. And, oh no, not going for a pin. She's just on top of them. She's on top of them, wailing away. It's a slobber knocker. By God, someone's gonna die. Stop the damn match. Stop the damn match. And then you see 4 referees run in and are trying to pull Tatiana off of Agia. And at that point, Ace actually runs out too and is checking on Agia and then giving Tatiana the stink eye.
Oof.
Are they?
Yeah, I think Iggy is conscious and rolling, but they're not getting up.
And he's like, get a medic, trying to get somebody out here.
The red on the mask is kind of blending in with the blood a bit, so
Oh.
yeah.
Oof.
And they're starting to puddle on the ground.
All right, did they people come and help you out, or?
Yeah, I think eventually because Ace calls the medics, and medics run out, grab Agia, and I think Agia gets to their feet, and they're trying to carry them off, and they're like no, and they're barely standing, they can be knocked over by a strong breeze, and but they eventually look to the crowd and try to do an arm race sort of thing, trying to get a cheer, and then stumble and had to be caught by a medic and then dragged out.
All right. And Titania, what do you do? What happened?
I'm oh shit. I do like the idea of this becoming a heel turn. I really do. I really fucking do.
Already, hot damn, I love this. Yeah.
I just I just kind of collect myself and I'm at a loss. I just kind of head back. I actually bypass the announcer person, the manager. I actually bypass him and I just head back into the locker room myself. Just
okay. Yeah. So as that happened, I would. Yeah, if you want to switch roles right now, it gives you +1 heat with who you turn on. So that give you +1 heat with Elegia. Now
Okay.
you also because if your audience ever gets to 0, you gain an advancement. An easy thing to do is you can immediately take the advancement that gives you +1 audience.
I'll take that.
Yeah, so yeah, you can take that one. That however, you only get one of those per thing, so that's one that you're going to want to build up and be careful going into those finishers. Um, yeah, did we have Cletus? Yeah, Cletus I think went through and did that.
Cletus is like, well, ladies and gentlemen, we apologize for what's supposed to be some family-friendly entertainment went south fast. Somebody just stomped a mud hole and walked it dry here. So we're going to take a quick commercial break. Please put your children to bed.
Yeah, backstage, people you're all kind of backstage while they go to the commercial break. People get up to use the bathroom to get more beer and stuff. Mr. Jones kind of comes in and is like, Jesus Christ, are you okay? Oh my God, we can't hear you. Their mouth is moving, but nobody can hear. Are you? Oh my
God.
Oh,
Double concussion.
you kicked out their vocal cords.
I'm Ursula the Sea Witch now.
I think they're like, I've had worse hangovers than this, but my bells are ringing. That is for sure. I'm not in anything else later, am I?
Just the moment he just kind of looks between you and Ace and goes, rest up, we're going to see if we can do something a little bit later with you two. Maybe. And they just kind of, then he turns, Bonesaw, Monet, I want both of you announcing Ace and Remy, the ice bath, I changed it from Falcone to something else. Remy, the ice bath, Abel.
You got it, boss.
What am I doing?
So the two of you will be announcing on the next one.
Ah.
So the one of the things you remember is you're also able to put somebody over where you can take it from a botch to a fail, or a fail to a fail to or a botch to a partial hit, or a partial hit to a full hit.
Okay.
So like you can do that once per match.
Right. So Ace is facing Remy the
ice bath Abel.
Okay.
And as things kind of come back, you see like the lights kind of come back up, and then there's Remy's valet. How common are valets in?
A lot of times heels will have them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Or sometimes like a lot of the big heels have them.
Now you all know Remy. Like off stage, Remy's actually got like a master's degree. But Remy Caleb rather, the Remy's valet. But Caleb plays like the big dumb, like just gigantic dude, like big enough to kind of be a wrestler, but he tends to break a little easily. Like he was someone who tried for a while, but actually found playing the big dumb stooge works fairly well. So he comes in with these like bundled up for winter, and he's got this sledge around him, and the sledge like these these ropes around him, like those big thick ropes that go back to a sledge, and in the sledge Remy is in like a literal ice bath. He's like as they're sort of pulling him out. He's got like these giant Canadian tattoos. Like,
this is not what I thought this gimmick was going to be.
And what sucks is every time you fucking fight this dude, the ring is slippery because there's water on it.
And it's cold. It's cold water.
Yeah, as they kind of bring him up to it, he just lifts himself up out of it. Just comes in and goes, Ace Winters just grabs the microphone, and again, water dripping off of him as he gets into the ring.
Hot.
Ace Winters, I'm here to show you, you little American punk, what we're like up in Canada, eh? You think he's from the Dallas-Fort Worth area, actually. He doesn't really talk about where he's really from. The accent, he doesn't even try most of the time.
You guys sound like Shorzy.
I'm going to give you some of this maple sugar, and I'm going to put you deep in the ground, beneath me, like all of you stupid Americans should. And the audience, He goes, shut up! As soon as you're not 27th in education, you're able to tell them. Just goes off for a bit. And then give us your entrance. Or your entrance or did your promo happen before you decide?
So Ace Winters comes down. Basically, his music starts. For those of you watching at home, it's Turbo Killer by Carpenter Brute. There's like some lasers and vapor waves coming out. He comes out in his normal fashion, except he's holding a mic and he's wearing a Chicago Blackhawks jersey. And basically, as music kind of cuts out while he's walking the ramp, and he goes, "Listen, Icebox or whatever the hell your name is. I'm not about to be talked down to by someone who drinks milk out of a bag. Let's do a Donnybrook or whatever the hell you call it up there." And he like he tosses the mic and like slides into the ring.
Is that your promo?
Yep.
Oh, and a reminder too for everyone: you can do and then we'll also cut to the table here in a minute. You can also do if you insult or praise the audience or the hometown, you can gain +1 momentum once per match or per episode. That's always a cheap, easy way to get a little bit of momentum. Go ahead and roll your promo.
All right. That is going to be there we go. Got it. So promo is going to be 0. So straight roll, it's 2d6. So there's a little dice roll.
I was about to say she's got that that meme where the little girl's looking while the house is burning. It was that kind of look.
It's going to be a 5.
All right.
I don't like the cheap heat here. Well, do I get a +1 to that because of the thing, or how does that work? What bonus do I get for insulting the hometown?
Oh, did you insult? Oh, yeah, with the Chicago Blackhawks.
Yeah.
Yeah. +1 momentum there, and yeah, the promo itself, you got a 5. Does not go off particularly well. He just kind of laughs in your face. They gain +1 momentum, or you gain +1 momentum. And then we cut to our 2 announcers, knowing that you two have to fight later on.
Welcome back, folks. We're looking forward to a spirited match between Ace Winters and the other guy.
And I am Remy the Ice Bath Abel.
Yes, ice bath.
It kind of comes out there, and then there's like freezing cold water droplets just kind of like strike both of you, like in the face and arms. He goes, "You will put respect on my name, hoser."
We got electronics over here, man. Can't just be spitting that all over the place. Anyway.
What a fucking match for Topeka, Kansas. These people don't deserve a match this dumb. We got Ace the Chump Winters and Ice Bath McGee. They're going to put on a terrible show.
Ace the Chump. Oh, no.
Are we supposed to heal as announcers as well?
You absolutely can.
Absolutely.
Okay.
A lot of times, even with traditional commentary, there's usually one commentator that roots for all the good guys and one commentator who roots for all the bad guys. So,
well, unfortunately, we're both heels.
It is what it is.
Yeah, it's a real couple of schmucks over here. You know, I really thought I was going to be rooting for Ace, but then he came out, and I was like, you know what? No, especially with that jersey. Terrible.
Whatever. Let's get the match started.
And then he rushes at you like what the fucker. He's freezing cold when this happens. He's also slick and wet still. He likes to start with a big bear hug and just and then try to
Does he also put baby oil on himself? Is that why he's extra slick?
No, just because he's just had the water all over him.
He's like a seal.
Because he was in an ice bath, so he's cold. He's cold and still wet. As he rushes forward, kind of gets a big bear hug and then tries to run you into one of the posts.
All right. So yeah, I kind of sell it, and he puts me up against the post, and I'm kind of there, and I'm kind of waiting for him to do the next thing that he's going to try and do, so I can try and reverse.
Okay. There's and then he just kind of does like 2 headbutts, and then turns and kind of tries to do a harsh release, trying to knock you down.
Okay. So he kind of like runs me into the post, headbutts me, and then okay. So up against the post, I'm gonna try and quickly like spring up onto the second rope and just kind of like dive forward and give him a forearm.
I just and like you said, come off the post and dive forward. As you kind of hit, you hit the ground after that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he goes. It grabs you by the ankles. Like it's like tries to like slide you over towards one of the poles as he just like rushes forward. And goes the moose as he like leaps forward. As he's,
What is the moose? I yell as this happens.
I don't know what that is. As he's trying to bring his whole self down on top of you. I got a total of 6. So on that one with his this wrestling, yeah, botches the spot. You get to say how you counter, and then you have control of the match.
So he's just basically doing like a body splash on me while I'm laying on the ground.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm gonna bring my knees up so that he just lands on my knees and takes it in the gut.
He goes, oh! He sells it like it hit a little lower. He's like,
and I quickly clarify to the ref, that was stomach. Don't let him. That was stomach. That was legal.
And he immediately just like unbrows. No, he hit me in the crop. Oh!
I'm gonna do the annoying Shawn Michaels thing where I go in the corner and I put my feet up on the ropes and I'm just like leaning back while they try and resolve this.
Yeah. And he takes a moment, the rep kind of comes to argue with him. He stands up and he's just sort of arguing with the rep and just kind of turns. Does that Henry Cavill. The thing is, he does the Henry Cavill cocking
does
the arms.
Arm reload?
Yeah, he started doing it after that thing became popular.
Of course he did. Schmuck.
What do you do?
All right. So, well, do we want to let the refs call that? Or not the refs, the announcers.
Oh, yeah, the ref knows he's full of shit. And then it just goes, no, keep
no,
going.
I mean the commentators.
Oh, commentators. Sorry.
Yeah.
Go.
Well,
Go.
Trampoline cowboy gets shoved into the corner by the fucking seal. Seal goes for a seal splash. Winters does something with his knees. Come on, ref, that's obviously illegal. Disqualify him.
Exactly. We all know the groin is an unacceptable area.
And the ref just
Of course,
goes,
the
not the
trampoline
groin. Keep going.
Of course, the trampoline
Bad call,
cowboy
ref.
has to cheat.
All right. So Winters is gonna run straight at him, but he's going to anticipate a clothesline and kind of duck and run past him towards the rope behind him.
Okay. He goes, sees you go past, turns, kind of gets you on the rope, and then tries to again do like sort of a full body rush towards you.
Okay. So as he does like a full body rush kind of towards me, is he going for is he going for like a spear, like a tackle?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna dive over him and then like roll out of it and hit the ropes on the other side.
Okay. And then what do you do? What do you do to kind of bring it to a heel? Or bring it to a head?
So as he comes back off of the ropes on the other side, he kind of just does a diving drop kick at him.
Okay.
Like a missile drop kick.
And go ahead and make your roll for wrestling.
So that is going to be an 8.
All right. Keep their attention. Choose whether to hand control the match to your opponent or gain +1 momentum or retain control of the match.
So yeah, I'm gonna retain control. He runs and he like just does a double kick and then like lands on his back and rolls backwards out of it and kind of is in superhero pose waiting for him to stand up to follow it up with something.
Okay. Yeah, just kind of gets back on and just like like a little bit of a footprint on the thing. He just kind of like wipes it off the thing. Goes, I've taken worse from Canadian children. And this come through and it's just like a couple punches towards the body.
Okay. We're gonna go into the boo yeah segment where we're gonna trade blows. So I'm gonna let him hit me with one, and then I'm gonna hit him with one, and we're gonna do the back and forth.
Okay. he gets one. He just kind of he sells it a little bit, kind of like rocks his feet a bit, and just he just like lets out this like kind of big scream. And then the next time you punch, he just comes to the side and tries to grapple your head.
Okay. So as he tries to grapple my head, I'm gonna kind of like try and walk over to the rope and like jump while he has my head, and kind of like jump and springboard off the ropes to release out of it.
Okay.
To like kind of roll out of it.
Yeah, it just springs out of it. He turns. He turns as you hit, like comes off of it, and then comes through for like a really like harsh clothesline.
All right. Yeah, I guess that as he's that's what I'm gonna do. So as he's coming in, I'm gonna duck and basically roll and bring my arm up between his legs to try and roll him into a roll-up pin.
All right, go ahead and make your roll for your wrestling.
11.
All right, you two want to make. You'll get to choose. Retain control and get +1 momentum. Do you two want to? You go ahead and announce. Go back, and the announcers can also go in between as well. It doesn't have to be a wrap up of each whole thing.
The thing. What is a good entry point?
There's a little back and forth trading blows.
And then twists out of it. Like, I mean, it might be easier in some respects to do it after each sort of back and forth in the response.
True. We have Winters and the bathtub going blow for blow right now. Playing it safe.
What kind of a fucking name is Bathtub McGee? Like, come on.
I believe it's the ice bath, and I was being facetious, but
Yeah, same difference. Winters punches, he punches, Winters punches. Come on, get to the good shit.
Winters has been pulling some punches this round, which has been interesting to say the least.
Sure.
I'm just saying, I would rather he win than the Canadian.
What do you got against Canadians?
We all know.
Yeah.
You know how Canadians are. They're all about their things.
Although, I don't know. It's difficult. They're pulling out of it.
All right. As he where did we end with the two of you?
So he basically got him in a roll-up pin, which is kind of like a surprise pin, but he kicks out at 2. So now they're both kind of standing up and resetting.
Okay. So we're gonna get to finishing up the match. Unless something changes it, he's actually booked to win.
Okay. Since he has a manager, do we want to like have the manager do some dirty heel shit, like distract the ref or whatever?
Yeah. So at this point, this Caleb just comes over and goes, "Do you think you can take on Remy? Do you have what it takes to take the ice bath?"
He kind of just like looks at him for a second, and then he like rolls his eyes, hits the ropes, and goes and like kicks him off of the apron.
Oh,
and is now completely distracted.
Yeah, so Remy or Caleb rather. Caleb kind of flips out like onto the table the Bonesaw and Monet Matters are at. So like right now you just had like a big dumb hunk of meat just fall like basically right on top of you two.
The table!
Through the table.
The table!
And as the ref kind of like heads over towards it, he comes in and he's not actually striking there, but it looks like he goes like straight in the moneymaker for you, straight in the breadbasket.
Nice. Yeah, I'm selling it. He's like, "Oh God!" and like falls over, and it's like writhing in pain.
Yeah, as it kind of turns, he gets over. He does a thing where like the people behind can see as he goes like for like the pin, where the people behind can see like your face in pain, but like the ref can't. And as the ref kind of comes in, he's actually turning you, so this to show that so the ref can just kind of get the just get your feet essentially as he like rolls you up for the pin.
All right. Yeah, he's gonna eat the pin because he's a good worker like that.
All right. And you see the audience like, oh, blah. Like there's both like there's cheers, there's lots of boos and such. And he gets up, and he goes out, yells at the audience a little bit. He's like, "This is what happens, Canadian proud." And then like Caleb comes up and hands him like a bottle of maple syrup. He just was like,
I thought you were going to
Oh.
say Canada Dry.
just. The thing bounces like crazy because there's nothing in it. When he throws it, and just and then he just heads off and just like wiping up all the syrup that's just gone all over his chest.
I'm glad he did that after the match.
Yes. And you make your way off, or what does Ace do?
Yeah, so Ace just kind of like slowly rolls out of the ring, nursing his wounds, and like high fives some people on the way out, and kind of just leaves
Okay.
rather unceremoniously.
And just soon. So yeah, that's the two of you. How do you? What are the two of you were saying? What's your announcement for the ending of that?
Well, he's going to need a hot bath after being covered in all that maple syrup.
Ace Winters says he deserves a shot at a title. Can't even beat a Canadian.
Hey, Bret Hart was a Canadian. Okay.
Oh, Bret Hart was trash.
Oh, we're gonna have a fight.
Sean's getting on an actual plane right now.
Oh, God, Bret Hart's the most overrated wrestler ever.
We will have this discussion offline, and we will have it.
Oh, all right.
So we'll do a quick vignette before we get the promo for Bonesaw for that final match. The quick vignette happens with Titania, Ace, and Agia.
I think
Okay.
This is actually awesome.
Michael.
Yes.
I was asking for a break, but
Oh,
okay,
yeah,
cool.
yeah. Do you want to take like a 5-minute break?
Yeah, I gotta walk the
Please.
dog, so that's why I was asking for a
Yeah.
break.
Why don't we all take a break and see you back in a little bit?
Yep.
Good.
See you in
We'll be in a
5.
bit. All right, and we are back. um. So yeah, we'll get a scene. Then we can actually get some scenes with some other people here too. In there, we'll start with Ace, Aguila Roja, and Titania back there. Mr. Jones comes back and is like, "Elgia, how you feeling?"
And I think because they had to have medical attention off camera, they actually have like one of those like mummy mask things, like like the bandages like wrapped around their face to cover because it's technically not. They can't be seen on the camera without a mask, so like they made a mask out of bandages. So it looks a little more ridiculous than the actual like it should be, but it's showbiz, it's gonna be like this. And they're like, I'm good. I think I need a rest though for a bit because I'm still seeing double occasionally, and the medic said it was a concussion, like a pretty big one.
He goes, "Shit. Okay. Well, original plan. So we got that final match between Bonesaw and Monet Matters. We're gonna see about sending you and Ace in to interrupt that, so it takes from 2 heels to 2 faces and 2 heels. But Titania, would you be good going in with Ace to break up that fight at the end?
I look at Ace. I'm good with it if they are.
So let me get this straight. Somebody went in on a shoot on live television, and you're just going to send them right back out. Is that how we're doing business around here
We
now?
don't have a lot of people here right now, Ace.
Yeah, we're going to have less if she keeps going and knocking people's heads in.
I got to do what I got to do right now. Storyline wise, we don't want Bonesaw and Monet to like be at odds yet. We're gonna work up the mentor angle.
I could try to do it, and they try to stand up, and then like they're very like they're like lean against Ace and then sit back down.
I'll rein it in. I promise.
Reel it in. This isn't
I'll reel
cage
it in.
fighting. Okay, this is serious business.
The other possibility, Titania, what just happened? You could go heel on Ace.
I think Monet is actually just legitimately sitting in the corner just like this, just like
Oh, are we present for this?
No, not yet for this. Then we're gonna get you two and some of that.
I mean, I have a special move. I could make me be here.
Oh,
I have a special move.
I do. It's literally like insert yourself somewhere.
Oh,
but like
nice.
it seems like it would be a waste just for me to be like, I'm in the corner just being like, wonderful. I love drama.
He just kind of looks and goes, "You two make a decision, but we want to add some more drama to that last one. There's 2 ways to do it. You two decide." He turns and storms off.
I need to be the heel. I need to be the heel.
All right. Here's how we're going to do it.
Okay.
Match is going on. I'm going to run in on both of them. I'm going to start losing. You're going to run in. You're going to make it look like you're going to rescue me. And then you're going to turn on me. And then faction.
Okay. We do that. He's good. He's fine.
Try not to bust my head open too.
Do it.
Right, Mr. Jones.
I tried to do the moves that the wrestling moves they teach me. I tried to do the moves that were not serious, but I tried.
So is that called?
It's animal instinct.
I'm too good at fighting.
Is that? Okay. As I recall, Bonesaw and Ace don't like each other.
No.
Or Bonesaw doesn't like Ace, but Ace is.
Bonesaw doesn't like Ace. Ace likes Bonesaw though.
Okay.
Like a dog and a cat.
Yeah.
Oh, so you're the cat, I guess.
So
And of course, let's like on screen, Ace has to be at odds with Bonesaw because face and heel, but off screen, like in real life, he's like he looks up to him.
Oh wait, actually, very important question because I was Googling this guy who I based my uncle off of. Not allowed to hit people in the crotch, right?
Yes, that's illegal.
Okay,
No.
damn it, because that was his main move, was hitting people in the crotch.
Well, you
Well,
said
that's
this
why
was
you
Japan,
that's why
though?
you get your manager to distract the ref, and then you can hit him in the crotch.
Yeah.
You,
Yeah.
you
You
said
get
that was in Japan, though?
No, in America, it was
Okay.
just the 50s, and his name was
Oh.
Dick Bruiser, and he was like, "I know what I'm gonna do."
I was
His-
born to do this.
Also, he was one of those people. His legal first name was Richard. The
That's
Bruiser part.
Really?
Yeah, his name was literally Dick. The Bruiser part was added, but still.
I don't know if you've seen you've probably seen the one where the one guy that takes his thumb like this and like puts it in the guy's butt. He just clenches and, and then like he turns out he's going around the ring and person after person.
Oh, the train! I know what you're talking about. I'll drop the clip later.
Yeah, he's just like just clenching his butt. Then he goes, "Ah," and they all go flying.
What I thought wrestling was, but it wasn't that. What you just described, it wasn't that.
So we start
Now
PWG
it
is a
is.
little weird.
So we start off. We're gonna have 2 interviews, and then to the promo for the last one. First, we'll start with Ace and Bonesaw.
Oh,
I'm cutting a promo now,
No,
or is this a
you basically
unscripted backstage?
yeah, it's on camera. Bonesaw and something they're rushing around and having to change a couple things. Mr. Jones kind of just rushes in and goes, "All right, Bonesaw and Ace. Ace, he just whipped you a new one in the announcer's booth. Give you two a chance to have it out a little bit before the final match."
you can't bounce in here. Go look.
So, hold on. So, are we about to do? So, we're gonna do like a backstage segment on camera.
Yeah.
Okay.
All
Sorry
right,
about that.
where do we catch it to you?
All right. So, Ace kind of like walking backstage, like runs. It's kind of like it's one of those shots where the camera's just following Ace backstage, and then he just kind of runs into Bonesaw.
Ooh.
Oh, like maybe it followed you out of the medic area into like
Yeah.
down the hallway.
Well. If it isn't the trampoline cowboy,
It's not my fault that you can't evolve with the times, old man. Wrestling's
Oh.
different now.
you want a title shot? You can't even beat the sea lion. What's wrong with you?
I bet I could beat the brakes off of you and put you out on injury again.
Listen, you might want to worry about your friend's injury and less about me. You see, Monet and I are gonna come to an understanding before the match. She's just... Is Monet a girl?
Monet's a dude.
A dude, he, him. Sorry, missed the pronouns there. He's
Okay.
just gonna lay down, and I'm gonna put my foot on his chest. Then I'm done with this stupid angle, and I can focus on more important things, like you.
Aw.
This is the kind of dumb shit that puts WCW out of business. Can't be doing that in real life in 2022.
Listen,
Nobody wants to see that. You think you're gonna draw money with that?
I don't know what Mr. Jones has planned for you, but it's not gonna happen while I'm here. We need a real contender to challenge me. Not whatever this is.
Kind of laughs and he kind of like steps up to him and he says, "Why? Are you scared?"
I'm scared I might put you on the shelf.
We'll see what happens.
I think this
I'm
makes
not
sense for
the one
both
that
of you to
built
roll for cut promo, roll plus look.
Alright, I don't have a good look, but oh well. Oh, I gotta roll in the app, right?
Or you can roll, either way, doesn't matter.
Alright, I got a 6.
I got too many tabs open, is what I got.
Okay.
Uh,
You get plus 1
They'll
momentum.
do.
That does not really click with the audience.
Audience likes Ace, so of course it doesn't.
All right, I got a sim. I got a 7.
7. You have their attention. You need to pick one. Make creative book you in the match. Add a stipulation. Gain +1 heat with the subject your promo.
He kind of steps forward and he steps back and he looks at Bonesaw and he goes, you know, they say all men are created equal. But you look at me and you look at you and you could see that statement's not true. See, normally when you go one-on-one with another wrestler, you got a 50-50 chance of winning, but I'm not normal. So if you were to go one-on-one with me, you'd have a 25% best at beating me. So add me to the mix tonight. Give yourself a 33 1/3 chance because I'm going to have a 66 2/3 chance because Monet knows that he can't beat me and he's not even going to try. So you know what? You add your 33 1/3 chance minus my 25% chance, and you got an 8 1/3% chance of winning. But you just go one-on-one, and you check my 66 2/3% chance, and add that, I'd have 141 2/3 chance of winning. You see, Bonesaw, the numbers don't lie, and they spell disaster for you. So we're gonna make it a triple threat.
Okay, Scott Steiner.
Are you adding the heat, or are you taking? You want a book to win?
I'm doing the add myself to the match one. So
Well, I would
it's
say-
gonna be a triple.
Okay. Yeah.
What?
Oh no.
So
No.
it'll be a triple threat between me and Bonesaw and Monet Matters next
Okay.
week.
Oh yeah. Next week. Okay.
Mm.
All right.
Or
I don't like how everyone just says that I'm gonna lay down and take it this entire time. I will not now. Now that people have said it.
All right.
Also,
and-
there's definitely a clip in there that I'm adding that I'm going to clip out of context and add to my Twitter. Just like Ace Winters hates America.
oh no.
All right.
All right. Then let's get a scene with Titania and Monet Matters. So
Okay.
before you go into the match,
Do I
This is for camera, right?
the what?
It's for camera?
Yeah, this is on
It's
camera.
for camera?
Okay.
Oh. It isn't Monet.
Isn't it Titania?
You're funny. You second, I gotta check the thing. You've been doing this a long time. You seem very familiar with everything.
I've been doing this since I was born. I came out the womb and they handed me to my uncle.
You have a complex. Yes, you have uncle complex. I'm sorry. I don't speak English very well. You are trying to make yourself feel better in hopes that your uncle will love you. Yes.
He already loves me, and he
Then why
loves.
then why do you try so hard? You try very hard for. I don't understand.
I guess you wouldn't understand following in somebody's footsteps.
I'm from a long line of fighters.
Really?
Oh yes, my grandfather went to Olympics wrestling, actual wrestling. This is games, and this is fun games. It's good games. Lots of money in these games, but just games. And sometimes I can't control myself. I get a little bit too enthusiastic with these games.
Well, I think you better try to figure out how to control yourself because this is about a lot more than. Have we switched somehow? I don't. This is about a lot more than just fighting prowess. It's about character, personality. panache.
Well, you have more than enough for everybody, so we are good then. It's good.
All right, you can both roll for cut promo here.
I'm not sure what I'm doing with the promos, honestly. I don't know.
Michael.
Plus look.
Michael.
Okay.
Yeah.
I rolled a 13.
Damn.
I don't feel that the performance I gave was worthy of a 13.
Well,
I must be a little baby boy. Somebody in the crowd was like, "This is a meow meow."
Yeah, I think so. I definitely probably take +1 heat and maybe book the two of you for a fight later in another week.
Okay, +1 heat, and then I guess 1-on-1. Titanium.
I have a 2.
All right, get +1 momentum. Does not particularly hit.
I have no idea. I have no idea what to do with these promos. Like, I honestly don't.
You have no idea with what? Oh,
What I'm doing with these promos. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm doing.
oh, yeah, a lot
We're
of times,
both learning.
yeah, a lot of times it's gonna be like set up friendships or set up rivalries. Can probably be a good. I'm assuming, and Sean and Steve have both watched a lot more.
Yeah, don't worry. We'll be friends after this, and then
So
we
it's
can do
essentially
promos together.
The funny thing about wrestling is that it's structured like the Muppet Show. Because you have like matches going on, and ostensibly that's all it should be about. But then you have like all these backstage segments, like when you watch the Muppet Show, like there's the sketches, but then there's them trying to put on the show backstage and stuff like that.
And there's someone going, "Hi!"
Yeah, and that's kind of the same structure that wrestling follows when you watch it.
Okay.
My
that
brain.
is probably the best way to describe it.
I like how Mo is just like,
I am.
And Mo, for announcing that last one, since it'll end up
Yeah.
with everyone else. Are you going to do it with Elegia, or do you want to have a character for that?
Oh, I think Edgy is out for the count because I don't think she can like see straight,
Okay.
or they can see straight. So it's gonna be Ruby Reed. She's a one of those like vixen sort of like wrestlers.
Mm-hmm.
And so she's like, of course she's like working the crowd, and all the fanboys behind her just like be like, Ruby, take a photo with me. And she's like, boys, not now. I gotta handle this match right here.
As Ruby comes out, and Bonesaw, you are going to be able to do your promo before your battle with Monet.
Do I do a promo before the fight with Monet?
Basically, it's your entrance and then your talk, like right before the fight happens.
I think he's gonna do the talk before he does his entrance.
Cool.
So he's just gonna kind of walk up, kind of right. He's in Gorilla wherever they're filming. He's just like, I don't understand what Mr. Jones is thinking. I should not be competing against my protege in Topeka, Kansas. This shit stain of a city does not deserve this match. Watch me finish this in no time flat, and then we'll put on a real show somewhere that it matters.
Go ahead. I think you're +1 momentum from pissing off the crowd.
Yep. Then cut a promo again.
Mm-hmm.
All right, hold on. Let me add the one for pissing off. Well, I guess I'll do. That is a 6. I'm not very good at promos.
Well, the thing is, you will kind of gain more momentum. You also can spend momentum if you want to.
No, I'm just gonna gain the 4 momentum.
Okay. Well, shit.
I have 4 momentum total right now. Plus,
All right.
I gain 1 at the beginning of a match, so I have 5.
All right. And what's your entrance like?
Pretty much like all the lights in the arena go out as like 2 spotlights kind of come to the stage as fog kind of rolls out from the entranceway. My music hits, which I posted in there. It's very like orchestral, and he just kind of like does a slow walk to the ramp before like putting his arms up as sparklers go off behind him, and they just straight marches to the ring. Doesn't interact with the crowd. Very short, very slow. She has to get her 2 cents in.
Hello.
So gets in the ring, just kind of stands there and waits.
All right, and Monet, your entrance.
Alrighty. I don't know. I come in and try to get the crowd going, but I guess against me. So I'm just like, everybody, are you ready to see me kill this old man? I bet you would like that, Kansas, you sick freaks.
Grab momentum for pissing off.
Alrighty.
And
I'm gonna pop in real quick.
Mhm.
So as you see here, you can see that we have old man Bonesaw going at it to young boy Monet Matters. Young versus old, new versus old, vintage versus modern. I don't know the references too much, darlings. You know how this goes. One person in, one person out. Let's see who's the best. Will the apprentice defeat the master? Let's watch it together.
all right, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead. And roll your promo for your Monet Matters.
Okay. It's gonna be probably bad because I spent it all. And then is it plus? It's plus look.
Yep.
Okay, actually pretty good. 6, 7, 8, 9. 9.
Okay. You have +1 heat, stipulation, or book.
I think stipulation.
Yeah, stipulation means you turn into a different type of match.
Would be fun.
I
We're
might
already
rec-
having.
yeah, I might recommend for time wise.
Yeah, I was about to say,
yeah.
let's get the other two in there.
Yeah.
It's no fun if it's just me and Bonesaw.
Yeah.
Let's get to Tanya, and we're still gonna do our one-on-one match later on this month. But let's get to Tanya and Ace Winters. Oh wait, is Roja also involved in this, or no? You're because you're injured. Yeah, they're. Oh, and you're commentating. My brain, Jesus. Let's get to Tanya and Ace Winters in here and turn this into a real bloodbath. Sean, you're muted.
Okay, yeah, I'm muted and I'm just like flipping over and like trying to figure out where we were. Yeah, so are we doing like a tag team or a fatal 4-way? How are we doing this?
Bonesaw, what do you think? Fatal 4-way or tag team?
What exactly? Like, so you got into the ring and you're calling them out, saying we're not going face to face, and
Yeah.
we're gonna. So we're in a tag match against Titanium and Ace Winners.
Yeah.
That's
So
fine
I don't
with
want to. I don't want to fight my teacher. I'm not gonna kill this old man for you, Kansas. You don't deserve it.
Oh, I can make this work. I can absolutely do some character work on this. Absolutely, let's do it. So tag team match.
Yep.
Okay. So we come down the walkway. You want the match? We have match.
And Ace enters separately, and it's still like giving Titania the side eye, and gets on the apron and kind of like points in the ring to say, "You're in first."
All right. I jump in.
Is Titania...
You might not want to kill this old man. I have no problem with that. You know how many old men I've killed? Russia is a beast.
Oh no!
Titanium versus Bonesaw. Who wins?
Bonesaw literally just like steps out of the ring, and while Monet's in, he's like, "You're gonna start."
And Ruby.
Looks like you're.
Yeah, I was gonna say, oh, look how the tides have turned. It looks like Bonesaw and Monet decided to tag team after all because they can't handle fighting each other, especially Monet. Shame boy. Anyways, we brought out Ace Winters and Titanium to be a tag team as well. So let's see how this goes, and hopefully Titanium doesn't put anybody else out for a bit, especially Bonesaw. The old man's one good punch away from being sent to the greener fields. Bless him. Let's begin. It rings the bell.
All right. I will say we'll give Monet control to start off the match. I'm also adding the tag team move, so to everybody's sheet, the tag team move. Let me bring it up. So what the tag team does is, when you're in a tag team match, you do the following: if you hot tag your partner to bring them into the match at a critical moment, roll what your heat is with them. They gain the result of that wrestling move, retain control or gain momentum, choose whether momentum, etc. You can also abandon the team by spending 2 momentum and describing how you leave your partner to the mercy of the other team. This books your team to lose the match, and you gain +1 heat with each other. The other possibilities that we keep in mind, we have a bunch of momentum built up now. It is possible to do an interrupt on somebody. If you spend 2 momentum, you can take over control of the match. It goes to you, and then you can disrupt that sequence, and then you take control. So that is something you can do with 2 momentum.
Okay. I'm going to start off the match with the exact same move that Rojo started the match with, which is the fake clothesline into a roll. I have to work on stealing your moves. It's important.
So I'm trying to picture this. You're fake clotheslining into. Then what are you doing exactly?
Don't remember exactly how we did it last time. I just wrote down some of Mo's moves so that I could steal them later, and they're very bare bones. But it was a fake clothesline and then kind of like a fake out roll behind, I guess.
It was bouncing to the ropes to get momentum.
Bounce into the ropes to get momentum.
Yeah.
I duck out of the as you're coming back toward me. I duck out of the way, and just like basically sidestep you because like I'm trying to not get you, and I know the crowd's hating this, but I'm just trying to like not.
Mm. They want to see my pretty boy face get all beat up, just like they did with Jurgen. I think I'm just gonna keep going. I know they only do that shit in cartoons, but when someone misses and they just kind of like go back and forth between the ropes for a second,
It's not a thing that happens in wrestling.
There we go. See, if it happens in cartoons, it happens in real life. Because it seems fun. And then I'm gonna try to run up and elbow you in the face.
You hit move. If you elbow me in the face, I take it and I was like, to me, I stumble back, but it's also kind of a fake out. Then I like swing myself against the ropes and I launch myself forward and how am I gonna do this? I launch myself forward and I like go for your leg and I try to like haul you up under my shoulders, basically. So I
am on your shoulders.
I got you're like fireman over my shoulders, basically.
Aww.
And then I just kind of like slam, then I just like slam back, like that. Like you're on your back. Does that make any sense?
Yeah, it makes sense. I'm assuming you went down with me as we did that, right? It was one of those. Can I try to maneuver my legs in such a way to get them around your neck?
Yeah.
And then
Is that legal? And kind of do the old ha-cha-cha.
All right, make your roll.
Oh god, this has to be for body, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Oh boy. Not good at that. I have -2. Yes. Oh, Michael, the next time we play this, I'm going to roll so bad because I'm using all the good ones now.
What'd you get?
Oh, wait, I forgot I have a -2. That's still an 8.
All right, either gain +1 momentum and give the control over or retain control of the match.
I already have a lot of momentum, and if I'm being honest, I don't know how to spend it. So I would like to keep control.
You can spend it after any roll.
Okay,
To bring up what your total is.
that's fair. But for now, I would like to keep control
Okay.
of the match.
All right. What do you do next? You've got it in the ha cha cha.
Yeah, I do have the ha cha cha. I guess try to like use that maneuverability to get you on your stomach so that I can go into leg lock, or what's it called where you grab someone's like ankle and like
Ankle lock.
ankle lock. Yeah, like try to get into one of those.
Or Nelson, like a no,
Yeah,
is that
something
is
like that.
Nelson?
Well, ankle lock is what Agia Roja used earlier, so
Yes,
maybe
double steal.
making their move again.
That's 2.
I think Ruby's gonna pop in and be like, "Oh, as we see the match going on and things are happening here, these moves look familiar. Interesting, intriguing. Let's continue."
Stealer of hearts, stealer of moves. Monet matters.
All right, so you got me an ankle lock.
Yes. Kick me in the face.
I think I'm going to just like whip my entire body around, like, and just like try to like basically like fling you up, or at least like try to like get like off my stomach while you still have hold of me.
Mhm.
And just kind of like fling you back, and then hopefully enough like that you like let go of my my leg.
I think it kind of sends me back. Michael, I
Yeah.
have a question.
Mm-hmm.
Or I guess it's also maybe for Sean. You know those wrestling moves where like the person is clearly not hurt or anything, but they like kind of stay still in a position so that the other person can do some cool shit? Like I always see that in like Moonsault. Like people are always just like tabletopping when they don't have to be, so that other people can do backflips and then like elbow them in the back.
Yeah, that's a thing.
That's the thing. Is that a thing that I can do for Titania somehow without it being weird?
Like set her up, yeah,
Yeah.
sure.
All right. I'm going to pretend that it has like knocked me over completely and just kind of like tabletop for a second. And you can do with that what you will. You don't have to do a somersault into a elbow thingy.
I think I will. I think I'm going to do the thing where like you do the thing where like you jump up and then you come down on your elbow, and I'm gonna do it like on their middle, like. But it's one of those moves that like looks very, you know, it's not meant like it's not meant to hurt them, but like it looks good. So it's like you stand up, you jump up, bang, and like down, like elbow in the middle. But it's not one of those like
Yeah, it's
actual
not the
hurting moves.
It's not the here, it's the flesh part.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so hurt, audience. You love it.
Oh, and it looks like Monet is finally getting what he's paid for.
That's a good one, Ruby. Ah.
You can also go for the tag too.
That's true. I
How do
think
you
I'm
tag
gonna tag Bonesaw.
Bonesaw.
Bonesaw, please. I'm so injured and so sexy.
Yeah, if you make a hot tag to your partner and bring them into the match at a critical moment, you roll your heat with them. They gain that result for the wrestling move.
Oh,
So basically,
I
it
don't
turns
know.
into a wrestling move with your heat with your heat with your partner.
Okay. Do we have heat together? We have
Well,
like
We should have one.
Okay. All right. 2d6.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, not good. 5.
All right, so you go for the tag. I
Yeah.
guess it would be how Bonesaw. You just describe how you do it, but because you got the 5, what that's going to do is I think give Bonesaw momentum and switch and pass over the control to Titania.
Thank you, Papa
All right.
Bear.
Or no, I'm sorry. It does not give Bonesaw momentum. It just you describe you describe what you two do, and then Bonesaw will say how, or rather, Titania will then say how she takes control, and then we'll have control of the match.
I as soon as I watch Monet like scamper out of the ring, and I see Bonesaw come in, I'm like, now we have a real challenge.
I think that's when Ruby pops in. She's like, "Oh, did little Monet didn't want to play anymore?" Now we're gonna see a real fight.
I'm the heel. What does everyone mean to me? I'm supposed to be mean to them.
You're like a rich boy who's just like, here's my money.
And Michael, am I allowed to be a bad heel? Can I be like a whiny little piss boy?
That's 100% a thing.
Yeah, I love wrestling.
Yeah, I'm one of the people. Yeah.
It's, Stevie, you said how you'd come in?
Basically Monet just like scampers over and tags me, and like I wasn't even really ready for it.
You just like
So just
oh.
I'm tagged. The ref does the tag was made thing. I'm just like hop, like step through the ropes. I'm not like no fire, anything. Just kind of like walk through, standing there looking at
Any day,
Titanium.
old man.
This will be easy. I must break you.
All right, Titania, you got control.
I think I'm going to I'm just gonna back up, get to the ropes, lean back as far as I can, and then just let them launch me forward so I can just like trying to think best way to do this. And I'm going to like just launch myself onto his shoulders and like basically try to knee him in the gut.
Okay. All right. So,
How tall is Bonesaw? That's a good question. First off,
6'3".
okay, quite a bit taller than me. Okay.
I think as you come running, he's gonna sidestep and just give you a little bit more force into the next rope.
I'm taking that momentum again. Like when I hit the next rope, I'm just gonna like go into his back, but I'm going to like take my elbow and kind of just slam it into his back, like where his kitty would be.
Okay.
It's more of like a show move than an actual like trying to do a kidney shot type thing.
Okay.
So it kind of like it sends you to the stumbling to the ground on hands and knees.
Okay. I think Bonesaw's gonna like crawl a little bit, get to the ropes, and like pull himself back up.
And then you get to dictate like what does you do to bring yourself to the wrestling move?
Me, so I'm next.
Yeah, so then because you got the 1, 2, 3, so
Mhm.
you attack, they defend, or they react. You do something, they react, and then you say, here's where I bring it to a flurry, and then it's the wrestling move, unless you're using a different move.
I am gonna do like I'm gonna run up and do like a chop kick so I can get him like get the foot to the jaw and kind of like kick his jaw back like that.
Mm-hmm. All right, make your wrestling move. That's probably with body, physical strength,
Yeah.
acrobatic. Mm-hmm.
Okay, 1 second. Let me find my dice. Woo! Good God. 6.
All right. You botch the spot. Opponent describes how they counter you or save you from disaster and takes control of the match.
I think this is actually going to be a botch. I think when Titanium goes for the kick, they misjudge their jump and my height and like completely miss me and about dunk over the ropes. Like they come with a kick, they hit the ropes, and like I basically pull them back into the ring, pull her back into the ring from like hurting herself from falling out.
Mm-hmm.
And then just like turn it into a arm bar, like an arm hold.
How do I tag Asen?
You could spend 2 momentum to do an interrupt and then get tag ace in.
Okay, I think I'm gonna do that. So since we know this is gonna since we've already predetermined what's gonna happen, do I still need to do momentum this because we have to get Ace back in the ring somehow?
Well, no. The thing is things may go in other ways too. So there's a booking, but yeah. So it's one of those things where you still spend the momentum, then you could basically take control to give it over to Sean.
But also,
Right.
what I think I'd want to do actually
Mhm.
is just because it would make sense story wise, is that when Titanium goes for the tag, he just jumps off the apron and doesn't take the tag because he's still mad.
Are you abandoning the team?
Just for a minute, just to like, he's not like walking out of the match, but he's like jumping off the apron and not taking the tag, just as like a
I love it.
way to get back at her.
Okay. Yeah. Well, so don't
that's
don't spend it for the interrupt because that'll.
Yeah.
All right, so I try to do that, and then that happens, and I'm like,
Bonesaw, what do you do?
Yeah.
Wait, hold on.
Yeah. Oh, sorry.
Oh, so it seems that, Titanium had the upper hand. Full kick, completely missed Bone. So how do you miss that brick of a man? that hulking figure of an ancient being down on the mats. Anyway, somehow she did.
That unit of a person.
The absolute unit.
Unit.
However,
Does
she
the announcer have
did.
a thing for Bonesaw?
Yeah. The absolute
Daddy
and then-
Bonesaw.
That is Bonesaw Daddy. And as I'm gonna finish off real quick. And now he has her on a hold, but she tried to reach out to Ace, and Ace didn't take it. Ace is not participating in a tag team. What's going on? Oh, is he pissed off from the earlier match between Titanium and Nagia? Ooh. Okay, I'm done.
I feel like Monet is like Snapchatting or like Instagram, TikTok storying, and it's just like Ace Winters never takes it. Selfish lover.
Oh. I think at this point, like, Bonesaw has her in the hold, but it was close. She reaches out for Ace, and Ace jumps off the apron, and Bonesaw just like completely pushes her to the ground, going for the crossface.
How close is Bonesaw to me?
I'm like on you.
How close is your head to me?
Pretty close.
I headbutt him. Like I fully just go.
Oh,
I'm pulling punches now, bitches.
Bonesaw, your
And that,
reaction, and then the roll.
that's me, and then the roll, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Bonesaw takes the headbutt, kind of staggers for a minute. You could just see like him wet, like a pissed off face as he just full clotheslines her. Like, and we're talking like a buckshot clothesline, like full step in, just.
Yeah. I go down.
That is a what is that? Would that be body?
Yeah, sounds like it.
Body. Okay, and my body is that's an 8.
All right. You get to choose whether hand control the match your opponent, or gain +1 momentum, or gain +1 momentum, or regain control. Or
He's gonna regain control. I have 5 momentum. I don't need any more. He just kind of like buckshots, hits. She's down. Just kind of cracks his neck, turns, like grabs her, picks her up, and puts her in like a headlock. Only one person needs to be pinned, Michael.
Okay.
Puts her in a headlock and is holding her there. Now, what's
I'm like, I'm trying to squirm my way out of it, and like just throwing elbows as best I can. I think one second. Yeah, I'm sorry. I have to. I think I think I try to get Bonesaw to just basically like to use his weight against me, just kind of like and kind of bring him down to the ground. He's just bigger than me, and like I can't do that. So
I think as you like try to pull him down, he actually reverses it and gets you on his shoulder.
I think when that I like fling my body up, so I'm like literally on like back like a monkey basically.
All right. All right. This
So now I have like an armor around his neck, and I'm just kind of like
All right. You're wailing away. He runs backwards into his own corner, then turns and tags Monet to do a tag team move.
Mhm.
Whatever you need, boss.
That is a 6. I'm gonna spend 1 momentum.
Can I also spend a momentum to help out?
No,
make that a-
just the one person.
Damn it.
To make that a 7.
All right. Do you want to give it over and get the momentum, or do you want to retain control? Or
I
actually,
think-
that would be to Monet, actually.
Yeah. So he hits the corner. Titanium kind of like releases. He turns, tags Monet. He kicks her in the gut, steps out of the ropes, and now Monet can do whatever Monet does.
I guess one of those things where you like pile driver,
That's
Elbow
That's
that's
just
drop?
an elbow drop.
elbow drop. Then elbow drop.
I was very amused. I thought you were gonna do another Gila move.
Yeah,
So I was like, okay.
It is Reed. I don't know if Ruby.
Oh yes. Ruby's like, and look at them go. One of them each trying to top the other. And then in turn, it seems like Titanium is on the back, beating the ever-living life out of Bonesaw. But Bonesaw's smart. He backed right up, slammed her right into the turnbuckle, and then tagged in Monet. Let's see what this little boy does.
I think when Monet tries to come down with the elbow, I roll out of the way and then jump and I jump to my feet. Like, and I do that one thing. Like, you ever seen like those things where people are on their back and then they just jump? I do that.
Like
I'm
the
on
kip
my
up?
feet again.
Yeah.
On my feet again, and I'm just like, fight me like a man, you little punk.
Let's do it.
Alrighty. We are in for a penny, in for a pound. So I just think of all the wrestling moves I know.
2 hours. You could also just kind of go like more acrobatic fight in some respects if you're not quite sure. There's also in the book there's like a bunch of the reference sheets have got like a couple pages of here are things.
Mhm.
The guy who has the belts in WWE right now knows like 4 moves. So,
I mean, 4 moves works. Can I climb up on a turnbuckle and like try to do some acrobatic bullshit?
Hell yeah.
All right, I'm just gonna climb up on there and try to like, I don't know. I feel like you're definitely more like better at the 1-2, so I'm just gonna try to like do a backflip onto you, because that's some shit that people don't expect in like, what's the other one? The one where it's like just cage fighting.
MMA.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
some shit you don't expect when you're an MMA fighter, is someone to do a backflip onto you.
Okay, I think
I think I use your momentum, and I like as you try to do that, I like as you come down, I grab your arms and like swing you to the ground. Like I use like your power, like just basically bring you down.
Okay. As I will take that, but I want to try to make sure that you come down with me.
Mhm.
So tell us how you try to bring this to the roll.
Me or Sarah?
I think who has you have control or
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Vanessa
have
has
control,
yeah,
yes.
so it's you.
I guess I try to. Well, the neck seems like not a good place to be grabbing people. Just kind of like grab your shoulders as you're like throwing me, so you just kind of like come down with me.
All right, go ahead and make your. I can kind of see that possibly being work. It showcase your technique or create or subvert or demonstrate a signature maneuver with high level of skill. I can do that in your body.
I keep getting so excited because I'm like, what a good roll. And then I'm like, right, and -2. 9.
9. You get to either keep +1 momentum and give it over, or retain control. As we'll be getting here soon into the finish.
Okay. Sarah, how are you feeling for Tanya? Do we want to finish with you on top, or?
Yeah, sure.
Or what? Can I tag Ace Winters in?
No.
I know he's not on my team, but that would be a move. Be like you versus Titania now, bitch.
Catan.
Okay, so yes on top.
Yeah. So
Uh,
I think like I'm on you. I'm on my back because you flipped over me. I got you. I pulled you down. Like you got me on my like. I'm on top. I'm kind of grab you. I'm gonna grab you. Let me see. I'm kind of swing behind you and grab your leg and like pin it down and like basically like pin you down into this move and like where like I have almost like a stretch. It's like a stretch, but I'm pinning you. So like I have one arm behind your thigh and the other one I'm pushing down to keep your leg in place.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. I like that. I'm gonna. Yes. Sorry, Bonsa.
Can I use the heal move?
Yeah.
Aw.
What's it do?
Well, the heal. When you do something underhanded to get what you want, spend 2 momentum and pick one.
Do it.
So I think as Titanium is pinning Monet, Bonesaw is gonna like grab the shoulder of the ref, spin him around, and start arguing with him about something as he tosses some brass knuckles to Monet.
Yep.
To let Monet get a cheap shot on Titanium to pin her and for us to get the win. So cheat in order to book yourself to win a match.
All right, spend the points.
I spent.
All right. I already have a match with her coming up, but okay. I can't say no to my mentor. Sorry.
Well, the thing when it says book, it means decide who wins. It doesn't necessarily mean set up a match. Book a match means you'll win this match because usually towards the end it's like, oh, this is the person that's basically you're saying you two win the match is now what that's supposed to be.
Okay.
All right, so you get the brass knuckles.
All right, you're distracted, brass knuckles. You're choking me out, and I guess I just kind of reach over, grab him, and cold cock you.
I'm stunned. I'm kind of but I am accustomed to this kind of thing. So even though I'm a little bit like, wary and wavy and stuff like that, I'm still like, that's what I'm talking about.
Bonesaw, you've made it worse.
Usually they go down.
And Ruby,
What happened?
Cheap shots by cheap people. Look at that happen. Rap, what are you doing talking to that ancient relic over there? You need to keep your eyes on the ball, sir, or else
So-
I'll take your job.
Can I do something here?
yeah, you can do either interrupt or run in or.
So what I would do, I think that he kind of walks around the outside of the ring as Bonesaw is arguing with the ref, and he just grabs his feet and pulls him off the apron. And so
The
he, like, hits
ref?
his head on the apron. No, pulls Bonesaw off the apron.
Okay.
All right.
And so now we're brawling on the outside of the ring.
Yeah, that sounds like I go ahead and roll your heat with Bonesaw. You're essentially doing a run in. You're technically a part of it, but.
All right, so I've got one. Did I get an extra heat with Bonesaw after our talk?
Did you choose extra heat for that? Or you chose to set up another match?
Didn't. I just set up another match. So, so 2d6, and that is going to be 6 total.
So with that run-in, you show up the ref, start a brawl, otherwise interfere. The match cannot continue. As you come in, I guess describe what happens and then what Bonesaw does.
Yeah, so like I pull him off the ropes and he like hits his head on the apron. As he turns around, I just like kind of like grab the back of his head and I'm just like laying into him, and then he, I imagine, returns punches to me. Yeah, and so we're on the outside of the ring, just kind of like not even wrestling, just fighting.
Yeah, Bonesaw, is that what you're doing, or when you get hit?
Yeah, I think it's that comical where like we're both just.
Yeah. I like try and like grab his head and like I go over to the rail like that separates the ring area from the crowd and like trying to hit him on the rail. And, like...
So the refs here have whistles, right?
Not really whistles.
Oh.
They just hit the timekeeper's bell.
Yeah, they just
When
ding,
they're,
ding,
like,
ding,
the
ding,
match is over.
at this point. So like the two of you on the actual mat, are you two just like going at it now, or like just hit each other with fists and brass knuckles?
I'll be honest, Titania, do you think we stopped to look at the two of them beating each
I
other up
do.
outside the
I
ring?
do kind of think we're like, hold up.
What do we do about this?
Are we allowed to
I-
leave?
Yeah,
and-
so-
I jump
Deal
out of
with
the
that.
ring.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, let me hop in.
You hear like ding, 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 like disqualified, no contest. As he's watching both of them, the ref has yelled that has to end in a no contest. The crowd goes wild at that point as the ref is just like ding, 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 like stopping it, and some of them rush in to kind of break everybody up.
Can I get one hit on Ace Winters? Just one.
That's fair.
Yeah. Just run up and like smack you in the back of the head.
Blindside
Like
with the brass knuckles. Yeah.
yeah, like we're on the streets of New York City, just like "Bah!"
Yeah, security rushes in, tries to like split everybody up.
I mean,
Ruby?
you want to do some commentary?
Yeah.
Oh, we see Ace is doing a little dirty work. Oh, you naughty little boy. Just pulling down the ancient beings of Bonesaw into a fight down outside the ropes. Oh, and it looks like it's just a drag out. Hit me all now with Titania and Monet joining in the match. Looks like that is the bell, meaning disqualifications for everybody here. The show is over, folks. Pack it in. This is Topeka, Kansas for you, and we are going on to our next place. See you there.
And you hear the crowd kind of going wild as everybody's pulled back. And good place to end.
Oh yeah.
All right.
No clear winner.
All right. I mean, know that things got the no contest there because both sides were doing stuff they weren't supposed to. And why don't we let everybody know who y'all are and where to find you?
Hell yeah.
Oh, I'm
Sarah, go.
yeah, so I'm gonna go with the thing. I'm Sarah. I am Powerful Week on TikTok and Powerful Week almost everywhere else.
I'm Nessa. You can find me at Loch Nessa, LOCHNEASSA, basically everywhere.
I'm Steve. I'm the Dragon X on TikTok.
I am Sean. I am High Gain Sad on all socials, including the dumpster fire that is Twitter. And I don't think I have anything to plug right now, but yeah, that's where I'm at.
And I'm Mo. You can find me all over the internet at Saturday Bezos. And I have nothing to plug other than this game is so good and I'm so happy it's back. It makes me so happy. And I'm excited to see where it goes.
Missed it.
All right. I'm Improv GM on just about everything. And I've been playing some Disco Elysium on here once in a while, which is awesome. We'll catch you all later.
Bye.